And hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we're on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Jubilee and Sun City Radio's Keta, Saboba FM Saboba, A1 Radio Bolgatanga, Get Radio TV, and online content on myjoyonline.com interactive app. Now coming up, Youth and Sports Ministry begins probe into paralytic scandal after 9 Ghanaians went missing in Oslo after failing to partake in the Belgrade Marathon this year.
We engaged, we checked, and then we realized that the letter was written, forged. They forged my signature, forged my letter, and applied for a visa for some people who are not athletes.
Meanwhile, Parliament's Youth and Sports Committee is set to convene a meeting on the matter with signals that the Sports Minister may be summoned to answer some questions.
What is likely to happen is that our committee will meet, the Committee on Youth and Sports, and then we'll discuss the letter as is in circulation, and then take certain decisions collectively.
Also, President Akufo-Addo calls for stronger partnerships between Africa and the Arab world to tackle complex global challenges. And later in business, government misses Treasury bill's target by more than 1 billion cedis for second consecutive weeks. And later, U.S. President Joe Biden endorses his Vice President Kamala Harris to become the Democratic nominee after he announced he will step aside from the race after concerns about his health and age.
This continent has a personal meaning for me because my grandfather and other members of my family worked in Zambia in the 1960s.
These are more with me, Mami Sinyamicha Thompson. Stay for details. Now, the Ministry of Youth and Sports is investigating a scandal involving 9 out of 11 Ghanaian paralytics who went missing upon arrival in Oslo for the Belgrade Marathon. The Ministry of National Security reported that one athlete, Nanentri, is detained by Norwegian authorities, and the team's coach, George Jemfi-Jesse, died at the Oslo University Hospital after collapsing on April 28, 2024. The Ministry of Youth and Sports says it is working with relevant authorities to address the situation. My colleague Maxwell Agbagba joins me with details of that statement. Maxwell, what are the initial observations of the ministry?
It says in relation to visa assistance and travel arrangements for athletes, the Ministry of Youth and Sports works upon technical recommendations of the National Sports Authority. Federations submit requests for visa assistance for athletes who are to participate in any international competition. The Ministry of Youth and Sports then transmits communication of the request to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration to facilitate the acquisition of the relevant visas with the appropriate embassies and consulate offices. Now, we're told that in the Norwegian incident, the Ministry of Youth and Sports did not receive any communication from the National Sports Authority nor the National Paralympic Committee on the said competition, therefore was unaware of the participation of the Paralympic team in the marathon. Now, it says it's assuring the public that the appropriate punitive measures will be meted out to whoever is found culpable in this incident, and then when the findings of the investigations are finalized, measures will be strengthened to avoid the occurrence of similar incidents in the future.
Thank you, Maxwell. Well, already the National Paralympic Committee has suspended 3 individuals who may have had a hand in the incident. Speaking on Joy Sports with Nathaniel Atto, president of the National Paralympic Committee, Samson Dean, suspending 3 individuals, stated that his outfit never signed any visa request form as speculated.
We engaged, we checked, and then we realized that the letter was written, forged. They forged my signature, forged my letter, and applied for a visa for some people who are not athletes.
Who are they, the they you refer to?
Theodore Mauli-Viwoto, who is the former Secretary General of the Ghana Amputee Football Association, and Ernest Eisi, who is the founder of NST Foundation. Upon reaching out to them, we asked them how they got my signature and how they got my letter. They indicated one of the persons who are listed in the letters that I have forwarded to you, called Adongo, is the one who found my letter, forged all the signature. And for that matter, these 2 officers who have one way or the other their associations in development of disability sport has since yesterday been suspended from.
Meanwhile, the chairperson of the Youth and Sports Committee in Parliament, Kobla Mensah Wisdom Woyome, has revealed to Joy News that his committee will convene a meeting on the matter.
Committee on Youth and Sports will meet, and then we'll discuss the letter as is in circulation, and then take certain decisions collectively. And of course, I think at the end of that meeting, we can communicate and tell you that these are the plans, these are the strategies to go ahead.
Now, 2 personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service are in critical condition and 5 others are recovering from injuries after an accident at Otwenkwanta in the Eastern region while responding to an emergency. Director of Public Affairs for the Fire Service, Timothy Osafo-Efum, stated that an investigation into the incident is underway. My colleague Maxwell Agbagba joins me in studio once again for more details on this. Maxwell, what does the statement say?
Well, it says that 7 members were injured in the accident. 5 remain at the St. Dominic Hospital, while 2 are in critical condition at the Kadi Government Hospital. Fortunately, we told that 1 crew member escaped unhurt. The cause of the accident is being investigated.
Thank you, Maxwell. Now, President Akufo-Addo has called for stronger partnerships between Africa and the Arab world. He says this is key in tackling complex global challenges, including economic uncertainties. At the 50th anniversary celebration of Badia and the inauguration of the Arab-Africa Financial Consortium in Accra, the president highlighted the importance of investing in human capital with a focus on education and skills development.
The challenges we face today are complex and multifaceted, ranging from economic uncertainties and geopolitical tensions to the impacts of climate change and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. To address these challenges effectively, we must continue to strengthen our partnership and leverage our collective strengths.
In our Thirsty Community series today, we focus on 4 communities in Northern Region where women are required to send their own water to the CHIPS compound when they go to give birth. Martina Bugri has more on the following report.
Water plays a critical role in healthcare delivery in any health center. Every step of the way, water is needed for its running, but the full CHIPS compound has no water source to help in providing health service. The 4 CHIPS compound offers delivery, but one challenge the facility faces is water.
I gave birth during the dry season where there was no water. I had to bring a gallon of water, but it wasn't enough. I had to go to some nearby houses to beg for water to help them take care of me.
Ahmed Issa Seidu is the chairman for the Full Health Committee. He volunteers his service at this CHIPS compound. He says what happens is the nurses sometimes buy with their own resources or they move around in the communities in search of water.
Now, residents of Sakibediako, Michelle Camp, Gulf City and adjoining communities are facing an acute water shortage. Their taps haven't flowed for the past 3 days. Residents say it is taking a toll on their lives as the Ghana Water Company remains silent on the issue.
For the past 3 to 4 days, water has not been running through our taps. I'm talking about a very large catchment area. I'm talking about Sakibediako. We are talking about Gulf City, down to Boom, parts of Tema, Committee 25. For the past 4 days, no water is flowing through the line. Michelle Camp, even the whole military where they have the whatever, no water is.
And you had a resident of Tema facing an acute water shortage. Meanwhile, Joy News reached out to the Ghana Water Company and they've been explaining that the shortage is as a result of a water rationing exercise that is underway. Now, US President Joe Biden has endorsed his Vice President Kamala Harris to become the Democratic nominee after announcing his withdrawal from the presidential race due to health concerns and old age. If Kamala Harris secures the Democratic nomination and wins the November election, she will become the first woman to ever hold the presidency in the United States. Listen to her speech at the Black Star Square during her visit to Ghana and other African countries last year.
In addition, this continent has a personal meaning for me because my grandfather and other members of my family worked in Zambia in the 1960s alongside a newly independent people. I was fortunate enough to visit them in Zambia as a young girl.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris bringing us to the end of this morning's bulletin on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Amir Sinyamiche Thompson. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
Hey, we see you specking your car, taking that trip, chilling on the beach. Charlie, now we want to see this become your story. Simply use your ABSA card 10 times or more, and you'll be entered into a monthly draw where you stand a chance to be among 5 lucky winners to take home 40,000 Ghana cedis. The more you use your card, the more entries you'll receive. Earn an extra entry by using the ABSA app or internet banking 5 times or more. No ABSA card? Don't worry. Visit the nearest branch for an ABSA account or card today and make winning part of your story. Promotion is between 1st July and 31st October. This promotion is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
Businesses know how important it is to create a productive and supportive working environment by investing in employees' health. With a leading international track record, Apex Health Insurance is licensed to provide medical insurance services to corporate organizations and SMEs. We also have international LH Blue cover and TPAs to cushion you. Multinational companies, factories, and government agencies, focus on your business while Apex Insurance takes care of your health. Visit Apex Health Insurance office at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shiashi, Kumasi, opposite Prempeh College, Sofo Line, and Takrady Market Circle. For further inquiries, call 0501 562 962 or 0501 552 495. Apex Health, your preferred health insurer.
Hey, Eradi, where are all these high bills coming from? Now, wait a minute here. In these times of high electricity tariffs, Build-Freeze solar hybrid air conditioners are your sure bet to cut down on electricity bills. Build-Freeze cool your buildings comfortably with very low energy consumption. The amazing part is the air conditioners are built with the latest German technologies that give you 80% savings on energy consumption compared to traditional air conditioners. Build-Freeze come with a 6-year warranty and free after-sales servicing for a year. Please call us for purchases on 053 1100 915 053 1100 915. Build Freeze, superior cooling with lower energy.
Someone smells great here and fresh, my love. I wish I could stay in the shower all day. I know, right? Nothing beats a bath with geisha soap. It smells so good, it lasts long, and it's enriched with natural ingredients that work wonders for my skin. And it now comes with a fresh new look, giving us even more reasons to love our geisha bar.
New and improved geisha soap. Great new look, better fragrance, same natural ingredients, still all last time. This advert is FDA approved.
Be strong and last long. Like geisha.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Yo, Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Anymore, pop quiz. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Can you give me 3 words that start with omni?
Oh, that's easy. Omnibus, omnipotent, omnibus. The bank with a really nice signboard.
Hey, Radzi, you mean Omnibisic. OMNIBSIC. Omnibisic. Let me hear you say it.
Omnibisic.
Perfect.
Is that an abbreviation?
Not entirely. And it's not just a bank with nice signboards either. Omnibisic Bank is Ghana's fastest growing bank with innovative banking products and headquarters in Atlantic Tower at Airport City, Accra, as well as 40 branches across the country. Omnibisic Bank has the final word on excellent customer service delivery in Ghana.
Plus, they have the coolest signboard.
Yes, they do. And the coolest name, Omnibisic.
At your service. For Pepsodent, smiles are one of the most important things we have. The problem is, globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Pepsodent, with maximum cavity protection, helps to prevent the formation of cavities. Pepsodent, because every smile matters. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Akpafu.
Hey, look who's back. Look who's back.
I'm back. And I wish I was back to a cleaner, less embarrassing country.
This is so embarrassing.
But you listen.
This is so
Listen.
What happened is that our committee will meet, the Committee on Youth and Sports, and then we'll discuss the letter as is in circulation, and then take certain decisions collectively.
Like, people can just get up and say we are the Paralympic team of Ghana and go and collect visas and then just go to Norway and disappear.
I mean, I'm just trying to wrap my head around how all that happened.
And the leader of the team collapses and did he collapse out of shock? Is that it?
I don't know.
Is it that he didn't know that these people are not going for the Paralympic Games?
I just don't know, Kojo. It just doesn't make sense. Really. It's really embarrassing, as you said.
It's shameful.
It's very shameful. Very, very shameful.
And this affects all of us.
Yes.
All of us. This is what was happening in Nigeria. When at a certain time in the history of this world, you would go into a shop in England and there was a sign that said, "No Nigerians allowed." That actually happened. I
just hope we get to the bottom of this, how all of this happened, and I hope people are going to be held responsible for it, really.
Anyway, the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. Now for the Joy Business Report. Brought to you authentically by the one who is actually supposed to do so. And, of course, by the kindness of Omni Basic Bank at your service and Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature.
Hi, brand new week. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up, government misses Treasury bills target by more than 1 billion cedis for second consecutive week. We've got details coming up. Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam set to announce reduction in interest payments and revision of all macroeconomic targets for this year in mid-year budget presentation to Parliament tomorrow. Plus, LPG marketers reject claims of opposition to cylinder recirculation model as they rather see compensation for the over $400 million investment in business and warn of possible job losses because of the policy. Details coming up. Thanks for being with us. My name is Daryl Kwao. Hello to our friends listening from Kofor Radio and KT Radio. First up, government missed its Treasury bills target by 1.44 billion cedis for the second consecutive week. That's according to auction results from the Bank of Ghana. Here's more.
The government got 3.86 billion Ghana cedis from the sale of the short-term instrument. This may be largely due to its quest to keep interest rates down. According to results from the Bank of Ghana, the Treasury accepted all the bids for the various short-term instruments. 2.904 billion Ghana cedis was received for the 91-day bills. VAT of the 182-day bill was estimated at 698.50 million Ghana cedis. For the 364-day bill, 261.30 million Ghana cedis was mobilized. Meanwhile, interest rates remained steady across the yield curve. The yield on the 91-day bill remained at 24.78%. For the 182-day bill, the yield was 26.71% from the previous weeks of 26.74%. The 1-year bill went for 27.80% from the preceding week of 27.78%. From the indications, the government may miss its 17.4 billion cedis treasury target for this month.
All right, that was a business desk report. Turning to other news now, and the Minister of Finance, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, has said that Ghana needs to raise approximately $3 billion in investment financing over the next 3 years to restore the nation's economic growth to pre-COVID levels. Speaking at the launch of a business meeting marking the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, BADIA's 50th anniversary, Dr. Amin Adam emphasized that support from the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa is crucial for achieving this inclusive growth.
We are not just growing the economy, but we are also increasing spending in social programs in order to bring up the vulnerable and poor segments of our society so that nobody is left behind the growth that we are achieving in the economy. And this is why I think that, and I'm optimistic that our partners will stand with us going into the future. If you can help us raise $12 billion over the next 3 years to finance our recovery and to finance our growth to the pre-COVID era, your names would have been written in golden ink as sustainable partners of Ghana. And to that,
you had Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, the finance minister. Meanwhile, he is set to announce a reduction in interest payments and revision of almost all the macroeconomic targets for this year. This was after he briefed the cabinet last week about the mid-year budget that he will present to Parliament tomorrow. Here's George Affe with more.
The engagement was very important because Cabinet has to be briefed first before the Finance Minister can go to Parliament to present the mid-year review of 2024 budget estimates. Joy Business understands that there wasn't any pushback on some of the measures and proposals that the Finance Minister is set to announce to Parliament tomorrow. We are also learning that the Finance Minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, is expected to announce some reduction in the interest payments that were due this year and even going forward, as well as amortization. This is due to the significant progress that Ghana has made when it comes to restructuring of more than $13 billion owed the Eurobond holders, bilateral and commercial creditors. The minister is also expected to make some changes to the growth targets announced in the 2024 budget, with new data showing the economy will now expand more than initially estimated. The finance minister is presenting this mid-year review of estimate because he's required by law to update Parliament by the middle of this year on whether there has been some changes to the economic numbers since the 2024 budget was presented in November 2023.
George Affe, with that report, government has also ruled out introducing a supplementary budget during the presentation of the mid-year budget to Parliament tomorrow. While still on this matter, the Ghana Union of Traders Association has said it is opposed to the introduction or increase in taxes. President of the union says that the trading community is struggling due to the unstable exchange rate regime.
We have been talking about cost of doing business, but you know that media review is not to adjust anything in the mainstream budget. And so we've actually engaged with ministry. They have given the assurance that no new taxes are going to be imposed on us. And for that, it gives us comfort and assurance. So that, you know, we were talking about the increase in the plastic manufacturing, and those we have been given the assurance that no new layer of tax is going to be imposed on us. For that alone, we are okay.
You heard President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obeng. Now, the Alliance of African Multilateral Financial Institutions has invested some $62 billion in funding to address trade and investment gaps in Ghana and other African countries. The institution is made up of firms like Afrexim Bank and the Africa Finance Corporation. Say this was to tackle challenges affecting the agricultural value chain to enhance the capacity of small businesses to export. Here's President of the Africa Export-Import Bank, Professor Benedict Orama, speaking during a launch in Accra.
If Afrexim Bank has the capacity to do it, you can be sure that Afrexim Bank will do it. We will make sure we make our own financial contributions. We will invest the time, resources, anything that we have the comparative advantage to do, and the members ask that we do it, we will not hesitate to do it. And I believe every member will say the same of their institution, because that is, we believe that this is an initiative that benefits not only us as institutions, but the continent as a whole. Because
Professor Benedict Oramathe, president of the Africa Export-Import Bank, speaking in Accra. Now, LPG marketers are rejecting claims that they are opposed to the cylinder recirculation model. This is coming after the National Petroleum Authority boss, Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid, at an event raised concerns about the marketers not fully embracing the program. But the marketers insist that is not accurate. They are seeking compensation for the over $400 million already invested in their business, whilst warning about possible job losses as a result of the program. Gabriel Kume is vice president of the LPG Marketers Association.
We are not going to change just because MPA wants us to change. The necessary that must be done to ensure that the change is effective should be done. You have disallowed us from taking part in this hearing. We've agreed that the two systems should work side by side. If indeed they want our system to shut down for us to move full gear cylinder recirculation, we believe the most appropriate thing for them to do is to pay us full compensation and not to say that we should just remove our equipment, go and throw them away before we can be part of cylinder recirculation.
Gabriel Kume is vice president of the LPG Marketers Association. Now, government is set to roll out a new policy that will help improve taxes and revenue collected from the extractive sector before the end of this year. This is contained in a fresh set of documents submitted to the IMF over planned review of the fiscal regime for the extractive sector. Here's more in this report.
Based on documents submitted to the IMF, government is working to present the bill to Parliament before the end of this year. This will spell out the proposed reforms on how government is now planning to tax these extractive firms, including the mining and oil exploration firms. The move, sources say, have been influenced by concerns that the country is not getting enough from these firms operating in the country. Joy Business is learning that this bill could also move to review some of the agreements with these mining firms that has fixed the level of taxes that they should pay to the state over 5 to 10 years. However, it is not clear for now how this could also impact on Ghana's quest to attract fresh investments in the mining and oil sectors in these times.
That was a business desk report. Time now for the updates on the markets. Let's begin with the stock market. Based on dynamics, Bensoil Palm Plantation is expected to make gains this week, while shares of Total Energies could decline. Here's Grace Munayan of Databank Research with how your stocks will fare this week.
Last week, the stock markets closed on a positive note, incited by price gains in 4 equities. The stocks were New Gold, MTN Ghana, GCB Bank and Standard Chartered Bank. Accordingly, the market indices closed higher, with the Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index advancing 5.71% weekly, to a year-to-date gain of 38.01%, whereas the Databank Stock Index recouped 3.59% weekly, to a year-to-date gain of 33.27%. Trading activity was vibrant last week, with over 27 million shares worth 58.8 million Ghana cedis trading across 22 different counters. MTN Ghana was the most active stock, accounting for 80% of the aggregate turnover and 82% of the total volumes traded. Based on the market demands and supply dynamics, we tipped Bensoil Palm Plantation to gain this week, while Total Energy declines. For Joy Business Reports, Grace Munanyun of Databank Research.
All right, thanks Grace for that update. Let's do the currency market now. Let's begin with the dollar going for 15 cedis 56 pesos, the pound going for 20 cedis 22 pesos, the euro selling at 17 cedis 1 peso. On the commodity market, crude oil now selling at $83 a barrel. Gold increased by almost $4. Trading this morning at $2,404 an ounce. Cocoa open trading at $7,689 a ton, after losing more than $300. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Koji Yankson is back in his seat. He's not going anywhere.
He is. Not at all. Not until 10. Yeah. All right. Well, the boys have been busy.
Okay.
They say today we should enjoy transformation worship.
All right.
Yeah, do you know them?
I am just hearing about them for the first time.
Me too. These guys, they are introducing us to some new things, eh? Anyway, this one apparently is called Overflow.
Overflow. Okay.
I like the title. Let's hope it lives up to it.
Hear that.
That is the sound of revival. And we've been in overflow for almost 3 years. And now it's time to let the world know they can live in it. So I need footage from the first time we sang it. I need footage from conference. I need footage from version 3 last Sunday. I need us to let the world know that they can live in the overflow. Yes. There it is, Chad.
Everybody clap your hands. In this dry and empty land, we need more than just your hand. We need your voice, your word. So speak, oh Lord.
Please do so. And that's our tip for today.
Makes sense. Okay, let's learn how to say it right. That comes thanks to Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. And Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
Oh, it's great to be back. I really did miss you. But I must confess, it's a good thing I took some time off. If I hadn't, I would have been in jeopardy of a breakdown. Now, I hope you noticed how I pronounced the word. Jeopardy. Jeopardy. Jeopardy, not jeopardy. Jeopardy is the state of being at risk of harm, loss, or failure. It originates from an old French word, jeu parti, which means a divided game, or a game in which anyone could win. A dangerous game, if you will. And if you're still in danger of mispronouncing it, you can say peril, hazard, risk, or exposure instead. That's how you say it right.
Let's call the whole thing
Well, that's how to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeopardy and not jeopardy.
Indeed.
It reminds me of my technical drawing teacher. I will jeopardize you.
Oh, goodness.
I'll jeopardize your life.
What a thought.
But anyway, let's get into the papers.
It's brought to us by Access Bank, more than banking.
And the finder for this morning talks about University of Local Governance and Development to start soon. That's comes to the photograph of the local government minister. It says that President Akufo-Addo has approved the establishment of the University of Local Governance and Development. And this pioneering institution is set to address the critical needs and gaps in the country's local government system, with a bill to be placed before Parliament to finalize the process. And so, during a recent working visit to the Institute of Local Government Studies, Martin J. Mensah-Kosa, who is Minister of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, reviewed the details of this ambitious project, and the minister inspected several ongoing infrastructure projects designed to pave way for the new university, which is expected to be completed by November. Okay. Now, also on the front page, refilling CRM must operate side by side to engender competition, LPG marketers. So, over the during the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, the NPA CEO, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, had indicated that there should be support for the cylinder recirculation model, and advised the LPG marketers to stop the opposition to it. And they actually have issued a statement. And they've said, we indicated to you that we have invested a lot of money.
About $400
million.
Business, and so
all we are saying is that, you want to do CRM. We're saying, let the people decide whether they want to go for CRM or whether they want to refill. Why do you want us to stop? I mean, why do you think that we should phase out refilling and just concentrate on CRM? We say, let the people be the decider. And it's a case of competition. So yes, they are advertising, but they are advertising because they want people, they want to be in business.
And if you listen to, if you go through the statement that was issued by the LPG Market Association, I mean, there was an argument that they had made some initial proposals to the National Petroleum Authority as to how the policy should be implemented. And it appears that wasn't taken by the National Petroleum Authority, and therefore that is why they've taken this position. It wasn't that they are totally against the policy, so to put out that argument is not fair. They are saying that, okay, listen, we are ready to abandon everything and come on board, but also you also have to compensate that because they have invested in infrastructure already. So to shut down and go with this program is not fair. They're also talking about the fact that they're one of the few sectors in the economy that is owned by Ghanaians, and they employ a lot of Ghanaians as well. So
the authorities should tread cautiously on how it is pushing this whole program on them and their repercussions or the impact or negative impact on the economy.
Exactly, because I mean today the NPA stopped giving out new licenses for refilling stations.
Yeah.
So if you go and you want to open, I mean, a new business, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that the NPA should also realize. You just cannot say you're phasing out one system and that's the end of it. You are the regulator.
Yeah.
So if you are the regulator, let's come to the table and decide whether or not this is the best. And so today, a lot of Ghanaians go and refill they go when they want to refill their cylinder. Some buy 30 cedis, some buy 20 cedis. Some people just go and
10 cedis.
As for 10, I haven't heard of 10 before. But I know people who buy 20, they buy 30.
Yeah.
And I know people who always raise the accountability issue. Yeah. The fact that they want to see. And these people are saying, well, if that's what you want, then you come to us. And I think the NPA, instead of suggesting that they are fighting the system, should actually sit down with them. Okay? And probably, as they say, let us do business. And you can also do your business. In the meantime, you, as NPA, play your role. It looks like you've taken sides.
And they've set some conditions. I mean, meet those conditions and they'll fully come on board with them.
The Arab Africa Financial Consortium established to enhance economic development and foster deeper ties. And also here, empowering SMEs and workers, harnessing the benefits of Ghana's 3 billion IMF support. It's a piece attributed to Professor Samuel Latte. You can get a copy and read it.
Let me do the Daily Guide. And one of the lead stories, we need to host the ECOWAS Parliament, and NDC sold state lands to cronies as well, and also champion African education, Obasanjo to Duchum, that is the Minister of Education. SDA's not voting on December 7, 2024. That says the church, and also Joe Biden drops out of U.S. race and credible elections or coup out of force. Now, let me read a bit of the story. It says that the minority leader in Parliament, Dr. Kesel out of force, has stated that the whispers of a coup are growing louder in the country, necessitating credible elections on December 7, 2024. According to him, there's a constant reminder that the future of Ghana hangs on, more of a balance with the tense political landscape. Speaking in Parliament as a precursor to the questions for the Electoral Commission chairperson, Dr. Attoforson, who is also the National Democratic Congress MP for Ejima Kwenya Mesiam, said any trigger would erase all of us. And sometimes I get worried by some of these comments. This drum thing about who benefits?
Look, yes, it's a very good question. Who benefits? Because these things are not being said in a vacuum. They are said to create a certain effect. Who benefits? Who benefits by creating the idea that there is unrest or there is potential unrest? Who benefits?
And I once engaged a very senior citizen, and he said that it looks like a lot of people did not experience what really happened during the coup time of our country. And often it is rather more of like settling personal scores than correcting the wrongs in the society that they claim. There are problems in this country, and it's a fact. There's no debate about it. But how can we strengthen the state institutions to take on the executive and all the rest to ensure that they live up to expectation? This whole drive, sometimes you find these comments coming from elected officials in the country.
On Friday, I moderated, a session as part of the Africa Union's Economic, Social, Cultural Council's, 2-day program in Ghana. Now, while monitoring that session, a lot of things came up. And look, it is true that a lot of people are unhappy with governance in Africa. But what they call for is participation, and what they call for is an opportunity for the leaders to actually listen. You see, this is what people are calling for. So, first of all, they're actually calling on the leaders to listen. Now, George, if you went to the table, and in fact, there was this Kenyan lawyer and a governance expert who was on the panel, and he said, look, bring everybody onto the table, and let's hear everybody out. It mustn't only be a few people. And I agree with him. So in that particular discussion, the Gen Zs, when I say Gen Zs, they've become the new, they've become like the dominant, people in Africa these days because of what happened in Kenya. But he talks about the fact that everybody should be listening. One person, this young girl, young lady from Kenya, actually gets up and says, "Stop talking for us. We have a voice. We can do our own talking. And so instead of you sitting here and saying, oh, you have to engage them, allow us to be there." Okay? Even the 5-year-old must be giving a voice. Yeah. What am I driving at? I'm driving at the point that today they want to be heard. And that is what we should be doing. As for a coup d'etat, for many people who did not live within that period, may not understand. But it is also an indictment on our political elites that today, those who are, so when those who have been democratically elected continuously make those points, in fact, they should be ashamed to even suggest it, and they should be taking steps to correct it.
I'll be honest with you, for me, it's actually very simple. Anybody who even fantasizes about a coup, you're not being logical. The reason why you are not happy with the system as it is because when our leaders do things we don't like, they get away with it. Mm-hmm. That's why you are not happy, right? Because there aren't enough checks to make our leaders do what we want. And you think there will be more checks in a military regime? There are no checks in a military regime. The head of state is an absolute power. So honestly, if you are not happy with what you are getting today, why in God's name would you prefer a coup? And
and just like what Winston has said, how do we strengthen more participatory democracy and ensure that our leaders are accountable?
That is what we actually want. Push more democracy, not less.
You understand me? And we have about 5 months to elections. You understand me? If this government has messed up, let's use the term. There are some who have even pushed that. Listen, let's look at even just like what they have the midterm elections. Some would argue about the cost and all those things. How do we strengthen our democratic institutions to ensure that they are put on their toes? So let me do the daily graphic, and it says that we will protect your ballot, Mahama affirms. That is on page 12, and also EC saying that they will be fair. Chairperson assures the 2024 election stakeholders, and this was her address to Parliament. Also, Parliament passes the Civil Aviation Bill, those seeks to bolster transparency and excellence. And also, as a story on the front page, Joe Biden withdraws from the U.S. presidential election, endorses Kamala Harris. Interesting.
Yes, I've been thinking about that. I read this CNN poll that I think the California governor or so, at the time he had indicated that, was one of the most likely, to succeed or to become the Democrats' nominee if Joe Biden steps down. But he decides to step down. And then actually says, I endorse my vice president.
That was so quick, eh? It was.
Yes, why didn't he allow the party to make a choice?
But now everybody's been whipped into line, and even the Californian governor was seen as a possible, has also kind of in a subtle way, kind of truly support, whether it's a tactic or whatever. And it will be interesting for me, the stakes here in terms of whether America is ready for a female president. It's just a question I'm asking, looking at what happened to Hillary Clinton, and also the race argument as well, how that will work in her favor or not. Those are just questions I'm asking.
In all democracies, the electorate has a certain trauma response. If they vote for a certain type of person and they don't get what they want, they are drawn to the opposite of that type of person. This is how Donald Trump ended up winning after Barack Obama. Okay. So the Americans voted for a black man for the first time. And for those who just could not bear to have the most powerful person in their country being black, that was traumatic. And they showed their trauma response by voting for Donald Trump, who is literally the opposite of a black man. Hillary Clinton attempted to be the alternative after Barack Obama, but they were like, no, we can't do another new thing. We've done black man. You want us to do woman?
But she won the popular vote.
Oh, you see, the point is she didn't win the election.
The Electoral College shocked
She
her.
didn't win the election. Now, if indeed it had been the desire, the overwhelming desire of Americans to have a woman, she would have won. There would have been no Electoral College would have been able to turn things around. So yes, she won the popular vote, but it wasn't enough to win her the presidency. Now you want to bring two new things, black and woman. And you have what, 4 months to make to sell it? When is the election?
And
again?
it's in November.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're competing against a man who can take any side. You see, it looks like for Donald Trump, he's forgiving for everything he does apart from COVID-19.
Even that one. Even that one. Now that the vaccines don't, people who have been vaccinated are still catching COVID. Even on that one, he's getting some reprieve.
You see, well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what would happen. But I do not think that Kamala Harris. It'll be difficult for her to beat Trump.
Yeah.
It won't be difficult if she gets the nomination.
Let's see how things go. Well, within some few hours, she's been able to. The donors have pulled about more than $50 million.
That would always happen. That would always happen because it's also, look, see, politics is such that even in the interest of some donors, I mean, if I were a Republican that wanted to see Kamala Harris as the, Democrat nominee, I would decide that, I'm an independent person, maybe I support Trump. I just want to go.
Maybe Dr. Chisikanko would help us in terms of the individual factor and what it means. Because don't forget that going to these elections, if you tick the box, the Democrat Party have done well, with the exception of the age of their candidate being a very important issue. So if you take that person away, and now you're bringing in someone that is perceived to be young, would that play to the advantage? Because if you look at the economy and other indicators, they've done well.
You wait and see. I mean, the coming days you would get to understand why it's going to be very difficult. I mean, Trump gets away with everything. Why? The Democrats knew that Joe Biden was the only person who stood a chance against Trump.
Yeah.
They knew that he was the only man who stood a chance, some form of a chance even against Trump. But anyway, the Business and Financial Times, Oasis Capital upbeat on private equity opportunities. Speed digital preference on the rise. PwC survey as bank customers demand more. And Promasidol supports National Cardiothoracic Center and Kanisha Polyclinic. But the big one here says cement regulation to bring transparency, not price control. So that's Katie Hammond clarifying that, George. But GRA targets 2 million informal sector taxpayers.
Was there a report that we said that he walked the cement guys out of the meeting?
Yeah. Anyway,
all right.
Let's go for the
online review. The online review is brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle, Good Energy. Goyle, Yanara, India.
So experience an unforgettable summer escape with your Zenith Visa card. Spend a minimum of 3,000 cedis in at least 5 transactions and win an all-expense-paid trip to the Olympic Games in Paris. Make this summer extraordinary with your Zenith Visa card. Use your Zenith Visa card for all your payments and enjoy the Olympic Games in Paris. For more details, visit zenithbank.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
All right, now Good Energy has hit the road with exciting choices to energize your vehicle. It's giving you more options to take you further. Watch the space for your choice. Goyle, Yena Yedia. And on myjoyonline.com this morning, intensify efforts to prevent illicit outflows from Africa. And President Akufo-Addo is the one saying that to other African leaders. And I don't know why that is attracting a smirk from some people, but well, he says they should intensify efforts to prevent it. Yeah. Hey, it's interesting. You know what some presidents are doing to ensure outflows, illicit outflows. The thing about the global financial markets is that every penny can be tracked.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving money from one account to another, moving money to an offshore account, sometimes is very difficult.
Yeah.
Sometimes the only way to do it is to physically take the cash and leave the country with it, and that is not easy either. I mean, you can't travel, easily with cash. So what some presidents have done is they will make somebody they trust an ambassador. And they want him to travel to all countries. So they'll make him maybe ambassador plenipotentiary, ambassador at large. Because as an ambassador, they can't search your luggage. Your luggage is considered diplomatic pouch. Right? So if you want to move with the money, nobody can check. Just saying. Let's go now for the BBC News. It comes to you thanks to Fidelity Bank, Believe With Us, and Old Mutual, 10 years of greatness in Ghana, here for a lifetime.
Now let me tell you why you should choose Safari Valley as your conference destination.
The new conference building combines modern amenities with the tranquility of nature, providing the perfect backdrop for your next seminar and corporate retreat.
The only conference destination with so many activities. You don't have to travel to visit your tennis club, the gym, or the stables. They have it all.
Enjoy this rooftop viewing deck, basking in the sunlight with a sight of wild animals roaming freely in their natural habitat.
At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
It's a unique experience that sparks creativity and rejuvenates the mind.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Good energy hits the road with exciting choices to energize your ride, giving you more options to take you further. Watch this space for your choice.
Goil, yeah.
Please, do you still refill cylinders here?
Oh yes, and there are a lot of benefits when you refill gas cylinders here. Not only do we get to run safety checks on your cylinder before refill, but you get to buy any amount of gas per your pocket. And you even get to see for yourself how much is really being put into the cylinder, so you're not cheated.
Master, this one there, Philly Gadochi. I know say you no invite me, but I go talk some. If you no be these LPG stations, like how we taxi drivers go fill our tanks.
But do these LPG stations have permit to still operate?
Of course. LPG stations are safer now than ever. We've always been licensed and fully regulated by National Petroleum Authority with total support from Ghana Fire Service, Ghana Standards Authority, Factory Inspectorate, as well as the EPA. So don't worry, crowd.
Oh, I hear say these LPG stations it be for indigenous Ghanaians. It be true?
Of course. LPG refilling is the only industry in Ghana that is now 100% owned by Ghanaians. By refilling your cylinders at the gas station, you are promoting indigenous businesses.
The money, it go stay here, no.
Oh yes. Protect local businesses by refilling your gas cylinders at LPG stations nationwide.
We know we shall win, and we know we'll survive. Shall wash away all tears.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Of the Grand Paris Express, a doubling in size of the Paris Metro,
that is set to transform the economy and even the identity of this city.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up after the news from the BBC World Service, it's Hard Talk with me, Stephen Sacker. Acting is both an art and a craft. The words are written elsewhere, the action is directed by another, but ultimately the power of the performance rests on the actor's ability to inhabit the role. So, what does it take to succeed in this precarious profession? My guest today, Eddie Marsan, is one of the UK's most recognisable and popular actors across stage and screen. His roots are genuinely working class, and that is something of a rarity in the performing arts.
I wanted to play many different characters because I hate the idea of anyone defining me. It's usually, for want of a better word, it's some posh bloke defining what he thinks I am, and I have to wait around for him to give me a job to be what he thinks I should be.
That's Eddie Marsan on Hard Talk after the news.
Hello, I'm Emily Thomas with the BBC News. Joe Biden has announced that he will no longer face Donald Trump in the US presidential election in November. In a written statement, Mr. Biden endorsed his Vice President, Kamala Harris, to be the Democratic Party's nominee. From Washington, here's David Willis.
All the indications are that at this very early stage, members of the Democratic Party are starting to coalesce around the candidature of Kamala Harris, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few days in that regard. Ms. Harris is due, in fact, at the White House to take the place of Joe Biden, of course, is still holed up suffering from COVID in a sports-related event, and she's also due on the campaign trail this week in Wisconsin and in Indianapolis. So whether that all goes ahead or whether the schedule is now shaken up remains to be seen.
In the wake of Joe Biden's announcement, the Republican Party has begun switching its line of attack to Kamala Harris. The Republican nominee for Vice President, the Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, said Ms. Harris was a co-author of what he described as Mr. Biden's failures on migration and inflation. The former Republican Congressman, Rodney Davis, told the BBC that the Democratic Party leadership had pushed Mr. Biden into stepping down.
We can't continue to make this look like a selfless decision on behalf of President Biden. If this was a family member who was experiencing the same cognitive decline, we would be asking ourselves, who's taking advantage of this senior citizen, this grandpa, at a time when he's sick?
Leaders and senior politicians around the world have paid tribute to Joe Biden following his decision to withdraw from the presidential race. The Israeli President Isaac Herzog called Mr. Biden a true ally of the Jewish people. President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed gratitude for what he called Mr. Biden's unwavering support for Ukraine. In other news, a convicted murderer who killed dozens of black men during apartheid in South Africa has claimed that the police sanctioned his violence. Louis van Schoor, a former security guard, was jailed in 1992 but released on parole 12 years later. Here's Isa Jacobson.
Louis van Schoor killed 39 people in the South African city of East London, but he was convicted on only 7 counts of murder. The rest were classified as justifiable homicides by the apartheid-era police. A BBC investigation has unearthed new details about his case, including claims by Van Schoor that the police encouraged his killings. During an interview, an unrepentant Van Schoor described hunting black people and finding his work exciting, adding that all police in East London knew what he was doing.
The South African police did not respond to a request for comment. BBC News. The Israeli military has told Palestinians to evacuate from the eastern parts of the city of Khan Yunis in Gaza ahead of what it called a forceful operation. In a statement, the IDF said rockets had been fired towards Israel from there. The area is one of the so-called humanitarian zones where Israel had told displaced Palestinians to relocate to. Bangladesh remains tense, with some students having vowed to continue protests a day after the Supreme Court scrapped most of the government job quotas they were demonstrating against. More than 150 people have been killed in a week of violence. Yogita Lemoe reports.
Some students have said they will not stop their campaign until the government implements the Supreme Court's order and the people responsible for the deaths of protesters are brought to justice. Security forces are accused of cracking down on unarmed students, a charge the government rejects. Many have described the violence over the past week as the worst they've ever seen. There's been a near blackout of internet and phone communication since Friday. The unrest is among the most serious challenges Sheikh Hasina has faced in 15 consecutive years as Bangladesh's Prime Minister.
Russia says its air defence systems destroyed 75 Ukrainian drones overnight, the majority of them over the southwestern region of Rostov and the coasts of the Azov Sea and Black Sea. The Russian Defence Ministry said one drone caused a fire at an oil refinery in the Black Sea town of Tuapse. The Malaysian Coast Guard has brought a supertanker that collided with another ship to an oil terminal in the South China Sea to be investigated. The oil tanker, Series 1, fled the scene and turned off its tracker after colliding with a Singapore-flagged vessel carrying a highly flammable type of petroleum. Both ships caught fire in the incident off Singapore on Friday. That was the latest world news from the BBC.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, when you wanna go, anything you do, I did for you. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms. So invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Yeah. We have a new leader in town. OBRNTA. Amafo. Madam was Sibebre. When him say my baby, maybe more charcoal for whiter teeth. More charcoal. Not only that, maybe lemon. More lemon. Zinc for fresher breath. More zinc. And fluoride for stronger teeth.
Introducing the new President Charcoal pack with more power with a combination of charcoal and lemon for naturally whiter teeth. Grab yours now. This advert is FDA approved.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Else doing just cause everybody do
right, to an arrangement where a public official is acquiring public property. But as I say, I think the principle, the overarching fundamental principle is a principle of conflict of interest. And the nuances will be broader than we probably can exhaust through this conversation. Because first of all, you define who a public officer is. Second of all, you now have to have a conversation about the general contours of it. I mean, what are the circumstances under which this should be permissible or not permissible. But the general principle, in general terms, that public officials should not acquire public property, that one is something that I will not quarrel with. I will not have a difficulty with at all.
We noticed that since 24 February 1966, there's been this insatiable appetite to just sell state assets, to divest, to privatize, and that will be a Herculean task. So, and having analyzed how the sale goes, those who benefit at the end of the day, we take the view that if we prevent the politicians and politically exposed persons from purchasing these state assets, we will virtually achieve the same end. Because look, if you do the analysis, you pierce the veil. Even those who set up companies, those who you will see that they are either a relative, a close friend, an associate of those who are buying. So once we separate the culprits, those who have the appetite to own these state assets, and you take them out, you will see that drastically, in our analysis, we believe that we will solve over 80% of the problem.
I think what is raising the ire of the public, which Honorable Kujato Ablakwa appropriately points out, is private individuals acquiring these assets under dubious circumstances. So I think that that is what we need to deal with. I commend for the bill, and I suggest that, as you indicated, I think that can be expanded. A big part of the problem is not just the buyers, it is also the sellers.
Right.
The people, government, who are making these sales, their motives, their guidances, and whether these sales are being made in the public interest or not. And I believe that there ought to be very strong protections of public assets to prevent people from selling them, because I can tell you, if we do have time to discuss judgment debts, it is precisely the same thing that people come and say they have judgment debts.
Some of them are cooked.
The government doesn't even go to court. It settles this on the side. People get kickbacks. It is the same as these assets that we are talking about.
You know, since we started talking about land on this show, and God knows how many years ago, when we started complaining about the sale of state land and the irregularities in our land administration, the most shocking story we have told or been told is that of Jato and his company, contracted by a government of Ghana to protect state lands. I've got to tell you, that thing, it beggars belief. Hey, now if the state can't protect land, how can a private person protect it? The private person, what power and authority will it use to protect state land? So as a private person, if you are protecting state land and there's a problem, is it not the state that will resolve that problem for you? Or is it not the police you will call? Yes. So how do you protect land for the state, including land that is supposedly owned by the police or are allocated to the police? How? And they pay him with state land. This is according to information provided to Parliament by government officials. So this is not us making up a story. That's what the government says, that they have contracted someone to protect state land. And the person goes around protecting state land and is paid with state land. Can you imagine?
Now, first of all, I look at this from this point of view. So government acquires land for certain purposes. Then government decides, okay, maybe it's about time we redeveloped these areas. And so we'll talk about, the MASH talked about Airport City Development Project in 1999. Phase 1, Phase 2, great. It's nice, isn't it? And then government again says, okay, we've realized that, there are a lot of what we term bungalows in Accra We have one building sitting on an acre of land. And in today's time, I mean, and in this modern time, you don't need one building on an acre of land. So how about we redevelop those areas, did a bit of rezoning, and actually get apartments put up on these lands? That in itself is not a wrong policy. It's not a bad policy. But the implementation is the beginning of our problems. So first of all, was that decision taken in the general interest of the state, or because some few persons wanted to purchase these lands and develop them for their personal gain? And also, how much of it, so if the state decides we want to sell this land, how much is paid even to the state? And how much does it cost us to resettle those persons? It's a part of the conversation we never talk about. So consistently, okay, we need to resettle these people. And then what happens? How do you resettle them? How much does it cost the state to resettle these people? And what is the see? The moment you have a lot of politically exposed people buying these lands, raises a problem. And I'll tell you what the concerns are. So, when, let's say, I am in government, okay, and then you decide that, okay, so let's allocate this land to Winston Amoa, and I purchase it. Why must I, the issue of conflict of interest, why must I, a member of the government, purchase state land, which is supposed to be given out for redevelopment? And sometimes this is done in a way that actually begs the question of value for money. I have this thing with me. I have the Soul Enquirer on the demolition of the Bulgarian embassy.
Another shocking debacle.
Yes, I have it here. And look, I am told we don't have time. I would have actually shared with you the findings, but I will make time. So you want,
give us a little bit, small.
You see, it is said that the subject matter of this inquiry forms part of the state lands acquired under the Certificate of State Number on the 6th of July for public services in 1920. In 1977, the government of Ghana granted a lease of 3.2 acres for a term of 99 years commencing on the 1st of April 1974 to Theophilus Kofi Layton. Now, the lessee erected a dwelling house thereon and rented it out to the government of the People's Republic of Bulgaria for a term of 5 years, certain from 1st December 1978 to 30th November 1983, with an option to renew. Subsequently, there were short-term leases of 2 and 4 years, totaling 11 years, which was to expire in January 1990. The parties went into a new agreement whereby Mr. Layton executed a deed of under lease for a term of 50 years effective 1st July 1983 to expire in June 2033. Now listen to this part. The PNDC Law 150 Implementation Committee set up by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs reviewed the 50-year under lease granted to the Bulgarian embassy and concluded that the under lease contravened Section 4 of the PNDC Law 150, which prohibited the creation of any interest in land in excess of 50 years. And the committee, per their calculations, concluded that the sub-lease was actually 54 years, taking into consideration the earlier short-term tenancy agreement, and declared the sub-lease null and void. The committee subsequently converted the consideration of 1 million cedis to a 3-year rent to expire on 15th June 1993. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs then wrote officially to Mr. Layton of their decision declaring the 50-year sublease void. And Mr. Layton, armed with this letter, assigned his interest to Mr. Ansah to hold same for the unexpired term of the lease of 99 years granted him by the government of Ghana in 1977. And the assignment was dated 25th June 1991. Mr. Ansah went ahead and obtained land title certificate number is here from the Lands Commission and subsequently wrote to the Bulgarian embassy to notify them that he was their landlord and that they were to atone tenancy to him. We found out that the Bulgarians went ahead and paid an amount of 4,334,000 as net rent and other charges. It was paid on 23rd July 1993, and it calls about the check number. Mr. Layton subsequently wrote to the Lands Commission to effect the annulment of the sublease. There were back and forth with the cancellation of the land title certificate of the Bulgarian embassy. Now, Bulgaria's land title certificate was eventually cancelled. We find that this was fraudulently done by the use of the judgment against Mr. Ansah in procuring the cancellation of the interest of the Bulgarian embassy. However, records from the Public and Vested Lands Management Division of the Lands Commission still indicate that the interest of the embassy is subsisting and due to expire in 2023.
So they fraudulently cancelled the Bulgarian embassy's claim to the land.
Yes, according to this, and they indicate that they still found. Let me just quote it verbatim. However, records from the Public and Vested Lands Management Division of the Lands Commission still indicate that the interest of the embassy is subsisting and due to expire in 2023. I will come back when we return. Just keep that.
So, okay. But I just want to get a certain thing clear in my mind. That property was demolished.
Yes, it was.
The Bulgarians were evicted from there.
Yes. Yes, they were. And in fact, look, Kojo, you know what? I would get to all of that. So let's just hold on.
I just wanted to establish a few
It was
just
demolished.
for the purpose of our discussion. So for the benefit of those who may not be big fans of foreign policy or whatever, you know that the property that is occupied by a foreign government in your land is considered to be actually that foreign land, sovereign land occupied by that foreign country. Encroaching on it is considered an act of war. Did you know that? Okay. So these people, these individuals, for their personal interest, private gain, pretty much committed an act of war on the government of Bulgaria. And as it turns out, this sole commission determines that they did it fraudulently.
Yes, and we'll share more. We'll share the rest of the details.
All right, so it's the big one for today. We're talking about land and horrific rape of it as we sell it to our friends and family just because we are in power. Oh, Ghana.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
Well, if it's football you want, then DSTV has got it all. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live in HD. Watch Starboy Mo Kudus in his second season at West Ham. And of course, Kylian Mbappe in full flight for Real Madrid. All day, all night, no matter what bouquet you're on, you get to watch football. Renew your subscription today, dial *759# and follow the prompts. This season promises to be exciting. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And are you ready to turn your dreams into reality? Don't just dream it, own it with a loan from Fidelity Bank. Dreaming of a new home? We all would love it. Why not? Own it with Fidelity Home Loan. Dreaming of a brand new car? Why not? Own it with Fidelity Auto Loans. Dreaming of getting the latest phone, TV, fridge, furniture, laptop, or gaming console? Own it with Fidelity Consumer Asset Finance. Dreaming of expanding your business? Make it a reality with a business loan. Fidelity Bank is offering flexible loans to businesses, salaried workers, and the self-employed at competitive rates. Dial 0800 003355 or visit any of their branches nationwide today to turn your dream into reality with a Fidelity Bank loan. Terms and conditions apply. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
All right, let me introduce 3 new Toyotas to you. First, the all-new Toyota Vitz, a stylish, high fuel efficient A-segment passenger car with a compact design suitable for urban travel. For safety, it's got a wireless door lock and an ultra-modern anti-theft system and an ISOFIX child-resistant system. Then there's the Toyota Urban Cruiser. The C-segment crossover SUV features a robust design, advanced technology like a 3-spoke urethane steering wheel, a 4.2-inch TFT, a touch-screen audio display with a USB, Apple CarPlay, Android audio connectivity, and more. And then there's the brand new and luxurious Toyota Land Cruiser 250 Prado. Brother.
That's the one.
That's the one. Cutting-edge features like jam-protected power windows, an audio, telephone, and voice recognition steering switch, a UV-cut sun and moon roof, and an ultra-modern immobilizer, unmatched off-road capabilities, and a strong presence inviting you to embrace adventure and luxury like never before. Now, these 3 new additions to the Toyota range aim to provide the best value for your peace of mind, motoring, and uphold Toyota Ghana's commitment to offering the best vehicle purchase and ownership experience. So whether navigating the city, embarking on an adventure, or asserting luxury, Toyota Ghana has a vehicle to meet your needs. Visit Toyota Ghana's branches in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Takwa, and Tamale, or just call 0302 910 204 for a unique Toyota experience. Toyota, superior quality.
And every time we eat, food and sugars are trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath. While brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth the protection they need, leaving you with 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with fluoride and macro-calcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. This prevents cavities, keeps your teeth strong and mouth healthy. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, maximum cavity protection, 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent, 25 years of educating to brush day and night, and is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. You can get Pepsodent at any shop near you. Call their customer care center on toll-free 0800 2030. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
Now, do you have a game-changing, innovative business idea or project that can impact society? Well, this is your moment. Total Energies presents the 4th edition of the Startupper of the Year Challenge. Now, this year, they're looking for 3 winners. The Best Entrepreneur, also known as the InnovUp winner. The Best Project or Innovative Business Idea exemplifying recycling and minimizing waste. That's the Cycle Up winner. Oh, I love that one. And the Best Project promoting or relating to sustainable and affordable energies, the Power Up winner. And that's not all. For additional projects in the Power Up category, 4 additional projects in the Power Up category will be selected by an international jury. So don't wait any longer. Apply now at startupper.totalenergies.com for your chance to win financial support, professional mentorship, and a spotlight for your project. Terms and conditions apply. Hashtag Total Energies, hashtag Startupper Challenge.
So where are you headed? Are you going shopping at the mall or buying fuel for your vehicle? Are you enjoying your favorite meal at a restaurant or getting home essentials at your favorite shop? Or you're shopping online for the things you need? Wherever you go, whatever you're doing, do it with SG Visa Card. The SG Visa Card is your best option to make payments for goods and services online or anywhere with a point-of-sale machine. Enjoy a world of amazing opportunities available with the SG Visa Card. Go ahead. Go about your business anywhere in Ghana with the comfort and security of your money available to you always. Make your life easy and use your SG Ghana Visa Card today. To find out more, call 0302 214 314. SG Ghana, the future is you.
Now, if you're wondering where to hold your strategy planning meetings, board sessions, or staff retreats, there really is only one venue, and that is Safari Valley Resort. Ah, goodness, why if you would dread. Think of the green, serene environment, accessibility, meeting room capacity, the flow and layout of space, room flexibility, quality of equipment, staff, and of course, first-class catering services. Those people, their food is nice, Ankasa. Come on. Safari Valley Resort is your first choice. Call Safari Valley Resort on 0596 914 394. Safari Valley, bringing you closer to nature.
Well, hello world, let's help you check your dream locations off your bucket list. Make your travel dreams a reality with Access Bank. Aviation and Hospitality Desk is designed with you in mind. Let's help you book and pay for your ticket and secure travel insurance. Whether it's a tropical escape or a visit to family, Access Bank has you covered. Avoid the hassle. Book your next flight with Emirates, South African Airways, Air Peace or Africa World Airlines through Access Bank. Our 55 branch network gives you convenience, easy payments and security. Also pay for your Qatar Airways flights with your Access Bank Visa card and enjoy up to 12% off. Visit africa.visa.com to register. Visit our website, ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll-free number 0800 004400 for more information and assistance. Access Bank, more than banking.
All right, well, if you're going to do anything today, make sure it's a visit to kingdomstoreonline.com where you can get the best quality office essentials, equipment, furniture, and stationery from Kingdom Books. Now, their prices are amazing, they deliver on time, and you get free delivery if you're in Accra or Tema. Of course, terms and conditions do apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. All right, dearly beloved, there's more to come on the Super Morning Show. Uncle Abel White has food for thought. And, of course, we've got birthdays and sports. All of that coming up after these. Stay tuned.
Follow not sa malaria. A 3D no not now. Oh, malaria chill. Oh, popo. What mean the day? I want the no not. A dabako. No not. A damiano. No not. A damiansa. No not. No not. Scatter malaria. Lonat, it scatter malaria.
A quality products from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu who se malaria wa wumujum ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved. If home is where the heart is, then let's go home. Shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is. Where the passion is. Where the laughter is. And sometimes, even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And where do you think you're going?
To train in the garden.
With my broom?
Mom, it's a javelin.
Oh, really? And that plate?
That's not a plate, it's a discus, Mom. We are training to become winners.
Well, you know you need lots of energy to become winners. So you both better start your day with Twisco before you go anywhere. Besides its great chocolatey taste, Twisco is enriched with Enerfort, a blend of energy-boosting vitamins and minerals for little winners.
Thanks, Mom.
Got to keep my little winners in shape. Twisco, power your dreams.
This advert is FDA approved.
All right, hold your horses. I can feel my phone buzzing with people's birthday wishes. We will do them, don't you worry. All birthday messages will be brought to you by MTN everywhere you go, and Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. But we're kicking it into gear now with the Joyce Sports Center, brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. Twisco food drink. Twisco, power your dream. Now, if it's football you want, well, they've got it all. All of it on DSTV, all the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live in HD. This season promises to be exciting. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
And hello, Ghana. There's an exciting new chocolate beverage out there on the market from the producers of Carbel. Permit me to introduce you to Twisco, a chocolate food drink with a blend of premium cocoa powder enriched with Enerfort, a combination of energy-boosting minerals and vitamins, including vitamins B, C, D, iron, and many more. Twisco is available in 20 gram and can be found at your nearest neighborhood store in a delightful red sachet for only 1 cedi 80 pesos. To enjoy all the goodness, pack in a sachet, empty contents into a mag, mix with 180 ml of previously boiled water, stir and drink. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco and power your dream. This is FDA approved.
All right, now are you a small to medium-sized business looking to manage communication cost effectively? MTN SME Plus offers flexible prepaid packages. So they've got classic, super, or premium that include talk time, SMS, data, and voice services. Enjoy free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. Just dial star 5060 hash to subscribe today. For more details, call or WhatsApp 0244 308 111. Hashtag, let's get business done better.
And folks, imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. I mean, picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more, because with Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. And we're not just offering loans, we're offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a call on 05015357890 or 05015357790 and then 0244674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dream shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
So, Fent, are these people saying that they didn't know that there was a Paralympic team making its way to Norway? The Ministry of Youth and Sports.
They released a statement. They said they were not aware. And now, the more the story unravels, the more it becomes apparent that this was fraud, orchestrated by select individuals, and at the blind side of both the Sports Ministry, the Paralympic Committee, and then it's also becoming apparent that the Norwegian embassy, who, by the way, have been blamed by the Ghana Paralympic Committee for not doing due diligence, because they claim that if they had called them to verify the document they presented, it would have become obvious that it was fake.
Right.
And so that's what it is. It basically now become obvious that this was a case of individuals just using fraudulent means to obtain these visas for this competition.
So the guy who died,
yes,
does he work for the government of Ghana?
He does not. He does not work for the Paralympic Committee. He does not work for the Ministry of Youth and Sports. He's not a member of Ghana's Paralympic team. And so that's what it is. He is, I think, a past official of the Paralympic Committee. So
Right.
that's how they got involved in the space, and that's how they're able to see and get access to some of these competitions to obtain these letters, because they are in the space or were in the space and know exactly what's going on there. But they are not current officials of the Paralympic Committee or the Ministry of Youth and Sport.
Shameful.
We have more of that in the bulletin this morning here on the Joy Sports Center. So good morning to all of you and welcome aboard. We will begin right from there, of course. And the coach of a supposed Ghana Paralympic team has met his untimely death in Norway, while another is arrested and 9 more are on the run in the latest visa scandal to hit Ghana sports. These 11 persons obtained visas from the Norwegian embassy in Accra to participate in the Bergen City Marathon in Oslo on the 27th of April this year, on the blind side of the Ghana Paralympic Committee, the entity in charge of disability sports in Ghana. There's more in this report by Nathaniel Atto.
The information I gathered indicates that the supposed national team had earlier attempted to get these visas from the Norwegian embassy, and upon that failed attempt, decided to fraudulently acquire the letterhead of the National Paralympic Committee of Ghana and also forged the signature of its president, Mr. Samson Dean, who happens to be the president of the African Paralympic Committee. Now, this team was supposedly going to take part in the Fjordkraft Bergen City Marathon in Oslo, Norway, which came off on the 27th of April. Now, one of the athletes, supposed athletes of this 11-member team, Nana Entry, was arrested, and this was a day after their arrival because he attempted to depart Norway for Sweden on a one-way ticket. Now, the team's coach, George Jimfi, also met his untimely death shortly after he was admitted at the Oslo University Hospital, popularly known as Uleval, after collapsing on April 28. So, as a result of this scandal, all diplomatic missions in Accra have been put on alert. This is in addition to the European Border Coast Guard Agency, who have been alerted of this particular scandal. And so all these members' names have been, circulated to them so that they'll be on alert just in case they try to contact them for, subsequent visas.
That's Joy Sports, it's not highlighted at all. Now, the president of the Ghana Paralympic Committee, Samson Dean, he's told Joy Sports that former officials of the association forged his signature to orchestrate this scandal.
Theodore Mauli Viwoto, who is the former Secretary General of the Ghana Amputee Football Association, and Ernest Eisi, who is the founder of Ernest Foundation. Upon reaching out to them, we asked them how they got my signature and how they got my letter. They indicated one of the persons who are listed in the letters that I have forwarded to you, called Adongo, is the one who found my letter, forged all the signature. And where is the Adongo? The Adongo is not residing in Ghana at the moment. It's nowhere to be found. He's in Europe. And for that matter, these 2 officers who have one way or the other their associations in development of disability sport has since yesterday been suspended from any activity which is a Paralympic or disability sports in the country for now.
That's the president of the Ghana Paralympic Committee, Samson Dean. Now, elsewhere in a statement, the sports ministry said they are working with the necessary authorities to investigate the matter to ensure all culprits are brought to book. The ministry also described the incident as unfortunate, but says it does not reflect the dedication and integrity of the entire sports fraternity. Speaking of the sports ministry, they are in a bit of trouble as well. The Ghana Hoteliers Association has announced plans to sue them if they fail to pay 80% of the funds owed them for hosting guests for the 13th African Games in Accra. Now, despite only receiving 20% of the agreed amount, the hoteliers have said that their repeated efforts to secure the remaining balance from the ministry have been fruitless. Dr. Edward Akanyamike is the president of the Hoteliers Association of Ghana.
We are getting fed up with the situation now, and we cannot wait any longer. We have given a signal to them that if they don't pay us, we are going to escalate this matter. And as we speak, no effort whatsoever has been made by the Ministry of Youth and Sports to pay us. Some of the hotels amounting to over 2 million, some 5 million, some 1 million, 2 million Ghana. It's a whole lot, and we are all crying on a daily basis. And these people are not willing to listen to us at all.
As president of the Ghana Hoteliers Association, Dr. Edward Akanyamike speaking to City News in that interview. Now, the Olympic Games are just 4 days away from the opening ceremony. Ahead of the multi-sport event this Friday, OMD, in collaboration with Geopol, conducted a survey to gauge public opinion on interest levels. Using Geopol's mobile web platform, over 2,250 participants from Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, and Tanzania were surveyed. Daniel Cranton has more.
According to Geopol, Nigeria leads the way in awareness of the 2024 Paris Olympics with 93%, while Tanzania posts the lowest with 59%. Toby Amusan, the world record holder in the women's 100-meter hurdles, will be Nigeria's brightest chance for a gold medal at the Games. Ghana, with an awareness of 86%, will be looking to high jumper Rosie Yeboah and the 4x100-meter men's team as their main medal hopefuls. These figures are likely to increase as excitement builds in the days leading to the opening ceremony.
Daniel Cranton's report. Now, Team Ghana is ramping up preparations for the Games ahead of the opening ceremony, of course. High jumper Rosie Yeboah will be Team Ghana's flag bearer alongside sprinter Joseph Paul Amwa on Friday. Yeboah is thrilled to be participating in the opening ceremony.
It feels good. Being the first Ghanaian female high jumper to represent my country is such a great achievement. So I think it feels good to be part of the flag bearers, and I'm also happy about that because this is my first time. Getting into the boat and on water. So I feel it's such a great achievement for me.
That's Rosie Yeboah. Remember, for the first time ever in the history of the Olympic Games, the opening ceremony will not take place inside the stadium. Instead, it will take place on the River Seine in the middle of Paris, with the athletes going on a parade inside some boats across the city. Now, Team Ghana, of course, has been in Strasbourg preparing for the Olympic Games for almost 2 weeks now. There's optimism about the team's chances in Paris. Team Ghana's media attaché, Benjamin Willie Graham, is confident the 4x100 meter relay team would make the final.
And it comes to the 4x100 meters at the World Athletics ranking, Ghana is ranked 10th among the top teams. 10th, I should tell you. So being in medal zone is something we can. So if the quartet are ranked 10th in the world going into Olympic Games, nothing stops us from getting to the medal zone. And then, of course, Rashid Saminu is also one of the fastest athletes in camp right now, 10.02 seconds. So he's more seen as a pin-up boy by his colleagues in camp currently. So I would be honest with you, the team is poised and they're looking forward to making it to the medal zone.
Benjamin Willie Graham. In boxing, Blowcam, they've signed a partnership with the Ghana Boxing Authority, which will see energy drink Bell 7 Star become headline sponsor of the Boxing Professional League. Here's Blowcam's head of marketing, Magnus Day, explaining what inspired the decision to partner the GBA.
We are a brand that is committed to developing the youth and their talent in Ghana. This partnership is coming Bell 7 Star because we believe that the fighters need energy and determination every single time in the arena.
We can now hear from the Ghana Boxing Authority President, Abraham Kote Nikwe, who says the partnership will help develop boxing in Ghana. All right, we'll bring you that voice in subsequent bulletins, but let's move on now. Black Stars midfielder Mohamed Kudus will be represented by his own relatives after he fired his agent. This was after the West Ham United star parted ways with Jennifer Medelswich, the French woman who famously brokered a 23-year-old's transfer from Ajax to the Premier League last summer. There were some club-friendly matches this weekend. Ahmed Diallo and Joe Higel scored for Man United as they beat Rangers 2-0 on Saturday in a friendly. One player that impressed United fans in a new centre-back, Lenny Yero, who featured in the first 45 minutes. Goalkeeper Andre Onana was also in action there. French club Marseille, they are in advanced talks to sign Tottenham and Denmark midfielder Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. The 28-year-old is believed to be ready to leave North London and is available for about £17 million. Brighton, on the other hand, have turned down an £8 million bid from Italian side Napoli for Scotland midfielder Bailey Gilmore. Sources say the offer was regarded as an initial approach, suggesting Napoli will be back as they believe they can complete a transfer. And before we go in F1, Oscar Piastri took his maiden Grand Prix victory in McLaren 1-2 ahead of Lando Norris in a dramatic race in Hungary amid a heated row over team orders. Behind them, in a race full of seesaw-win action, old rivals Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen collided as they disputed third place, which eventually went to Hamilton, who has now attained a record 200 podium places in F1. That's all the sports this morning on the Joy Sports Center. My name is Fento, Tahiru Fento. Back to you, Winston.
Right, thank you very much, Tahiru Fento, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports. I think we can go for food for thought now, and it's brought to us by Roverman Productions B.
The difference.
Oh, Uncle Ebo, how does it feel to be 70 years?
Well, closer to the grave. But my team made me feel good, so it's so far wonderful.
Yeah. 70 years.
You know what you know what my prayer is. I want to be able to. I wish God would spare me to hit 90. Because at 90, you can say anything to anyone, the person will smile.
Oh, you're right. But even at 70, look, in a country where a lot of young men are dying, at 70, God has been so good, and we thank God for your life.
Thank you very much. Indeed, he has been good to me, and thank you to you and the team for hosting me last Friday. It is only the second time.
Here, so happy birthday to you. May God continue to bless you and make you greater and greater than you already are. You've impacted many lives, and it's been wonderful. I've been listening to you from my days in secondary school up until this point. You have no idea how much you've impacted my life and many other people's lives. So continue doing the Lord's work. May God continue to give you strength to continue to deliver.
Thank you. No name.
That's no name. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's the meaning of his name, and I love it. I love the meaning and what it stands for. But my favorite about you say thank you for hosting. Thank you to you and to Raymond for hosting me on Friday. It is only the second time Joy FM has celebrated me on my birthday. Are you aware?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
It's only the second time.
Oh, okay.
So as you can see, entirely. So whenever it comes, you have to be grateful for it. Oh, by the way, yesterday was Mr. Ken Anseh's birthday.
Exactly.
Yesterday was Mr. Ken Anseh's birthday. I hear he turned 18 yesterday.
Yeah, looks very, very young,
Oh, he looks very young. He looks very, very young. Ken, good morning and happy birthday. May this be your best year yet. You are a wonderful man. You always treat me with utmost respect and love, and I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. Listen, on Saturday, 20th July, as we have already alluded to, I turned 70, and the day was marked by excitement of everyone around me, from my family and members of my household, my staff and members of my theater group, and my patrons and listeners of Joy FM, and various people I have interacted with. People seemed even more excited than I was. I was sorry for my wife and daughter because their phones kept ringing, and the calls were not for them, but for me. This morning, I want to tell you how I celebrated my 70th birthday.
Please do.
First, a little background. I was raised in a home that did not celebrate birthdays. Okay. Birthdays were no big deals with us. The most you got was being served with a top and an egg on your birthday. No fuss was made on anyone's birthday. In fact, until I was 14 or so, I did not even know, nor did I bother with my birthday. It took a dream in which 3 men who I believed were angels walked with me from school and at the gate of my house stopped and said, Kobina, happy birthday. And then I woke up. I immediately dashed to my mother's room and said, Mom, can I have my baptismal certificate? Listen, strangely, my mother did not question why I needed my baptismal certificate that early in the morning.
Wow.
She just went to the drawer in which she kept important documents and handed the certificate to me. I opened it and checked the date of birth and discovered that my birthday was 20th of July. And the day was 20th of July. So I said to her, Mom, today is my birthday. She said, is that so? Then I should give you a talk. And listen, that was my first birthday celebration.
Wow.
Just a talk and no other fuss.
Oh, she didn't add egg to it?
Come again?
She didn't add egg to it?
Oh, no, you know, in those days, an egg could be shared by 4 people.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, in your time.
Yeah, because it was believed that if a child ate a whole egg, there would be a crow in his stomach. So the things they came up with to cheat us. But I have since that day marked my birthdays quietly and in private meditation and reflection. For my 70th birthday, however, my family and staff made it clear that they will not allow me to make it a day of private reflection. They insisted on celebrating it with me, and they came up with all kinds of ideas on how to celebrate the day on a grand scale. Well, fortunately for them, I've learned that my life does not belong to me alone. I've come to accept that others have a stake in my life, and so I cannot do only what I want, but I must take the concerns and interests of others into consideration. I've come to understand that when God uses you and blesses you to impact the lives of others, you don't own your life alone anymore. Those people you have been used to impact now have a stake in your life because your life has come to mean something to them. So at that point, you cannot live for yourself only. You cannot do as you please with your life because whatever you do or say will have serious repercussions for those who look up to you and those you have impacted.
Sure.
With that in mind, I was happy to celebrate the day with others, but definitely not on the scale they desired and not on the scale they had planned. I am a quiet, simple person, and so I was prepared to celebrate the day with others as long as it was quiet and simple. I believe that a leader must be receptive to the ideas and views of those he leads, but he should still provide leadership.
Sure.
A leader must avoid a situation in which the tail wags the dog instead of the dog wagging the tail. Now, I have a theater group with 190 members, and we meet on Sundays if we don't have a production. Whenever any member's birthday falls on a meeting day, we make time on the program for the day for that person to be celebrated by those present. And so the compromise was to move the meeting from Sunday to Saturday, so members could join in the celebration just as we do for any other member.
Wow.
So on Saturday evening, about 60 of the members, some with their spouses and children, came to our rehearsal grounds at Osu. A few of my adopted children who were not members of the group also turned up. 5 of my friends surprised me with their presence. I did not know they were coming, but apparently my staff and family knew and had planned it. Their presence was meant to be my surprise for the day, and they succeeded in surprising me because I was not expecting any of them. So listen, you can imagine my shock at seeing Mr. George Ofosuhene of Bond Savings and Loans with his wife and nurse at the door. They were followed by Mr. Charles Reko of Renko Limited and by Mr. and Mrs. Amonu Money, who have followed and supported my work since the 90s.
Wow.
And just as I thought the surprises were over, then entered Mr. Kofi Siapuku of Kenafama Limited. Kofi does not attend social events, but here he was, laughing at my shock at seeing him. For him, it was sweet revenge because I had been used as his surprise at his 60th birthday. And apparently from that day, he had been looking for a way to get back at me. And my wife and daughter offered him the excellent opportunity to get his revenge. And oh, Winston, he took full advantage of it. But maybe the greatest surprise of them all was the presence of KSM. He made it just in time to hear the benediction. But he had made it all the way from Ebri just to come and show love.
Wow.
Dr. Bree Riverson, your hero, and his family refused to be left out. And he did a wonderful a cappella of a beautiful song for me.
Wow.
So it was an evening of music, spoken word, and dance. And about 10 people were given the chance to talk about the experiences of Uncle Ebo White. I felt very blessed and rich listening to people talking about experiencing God's mercy and grace through His grace upon my life. You know, I do not really have much money yet, but I have the love of many people who rejoice that I have, by the grace of God, allowed God to use me in diverse ways in their lives. If we had decided to do a party and sent out invitations, Winston, I'm not too sure we would have had a hall to contain the many who would have turned up. And that makes me feel so blessed and very wealthy. God has looked beyond my sin, my guilt, and my shame and shown me mercy. Glory be to His name. And to those of you who said a prayer for me, I am in your debt, as always. Thank you. And Abba, say that's my presentation for this morning.
Thank you very, very much. And once again, happy birthday to you, Uncle Ebo White. May God continue to bless you and your family.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Great, and that's food for thought brought to us by Roverman Productions here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And it's time for the Joy Business Minute brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana CBG. We stand with you. Anointed Electricals, the generator expert, and build free solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and build free solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy. Government missed its treasury bills target by 1.44 billion cedis for the second consecutive week. That's according to auction results from the Bank of Ghana. Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is set to announce reduction in interest payments and revision of almost all the macroeconomic targets for this year. LPG marketers are rejecting claims that they are opposed to the cylinder recirculation model, and cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike says a significant number of devices that were impacted by a global IT outage on Friday are now back online. And that's the Joy Business Minute brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, Anointed Electricals, the generator experts, and build free solar hybrid air conditioners, superior cooling with lower energy.
Right, so welcome back. And Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sale of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA. And they undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and also do generator rentals. They have branches nationwide, and you can locate their latest branches in Amrahia, Frims Oil on the main Adenta Dodowa Road, East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel, and Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead. Kaswa off the Wager Kaswa Road near Simaf Cement Depot, and at Odoko, where they have their head office, number 77, Anointed House of the Odoko Malam Road. Call them on 0243 480334. Let's get interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa, and Malatu from Ernest Chemist. Malatu, power over malaria. So this is the year to stop singing and talking about shopping and enjoying life, and just do it. EcoBank has over 1 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes in the EcoBank Million Gang promo for you, and over 7,000 others across Ghana. Winners will be rewarded bi-weekly, and you can be one of them, winning up to 10,000 Ghana cedis. There will be 3 monthly draws, and you will also, and all you have to do is to deposit cash in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis into your EcoBank account at your nearest branch, EcoBank Express Point, or via EcoBank Mobile to stand a chance of winning. shopping. And other prizes include fuel vouchers, shopping vouchers, airtime, and many more. Promo runs from May till the 31st of July 2024. It's your time to chop life. Remember, every 500 Ghana cedis deposit earns you an entry into the EcoBank Million Gang draw. A better way to enjoy life, a better way, a better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Right, so stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages.
When shopping for a dress, you say,
of course, the low burst line. A little tight by the hips. Covered sleeves. Off shoulder. Definitely.
But when buying anti-malarial drug, you say,
is it not malaria? Give me whatever is available.
Choose your malaria drugs the same way you choose your dress. Always ask for Coartem. It's also available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets for children. Don't gamble with malaria. Choose right. Choose Coartem. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malaria testing should be done before treatment. This advert is FDA approved.
We not say problem day, but you for chop life. Simply deposit cash in multiples of 500 Ghana cedis into your EcoBank account at your nearest branch, Express Point, or through EcoBank Mobile to win your share of over 1 million cedis in prizes in the EcoBank Million Gang promo, EMG. Be one of over 7,000 people to be rewarded. Hey, my God. Yes, so over 7,000 people go chop soft life from May to July 31, 2024. Be an EcoBank customer or be square. Remember, every 500 Ghana cedi deposit earns you a point for the EcoBank Million Gang today. EMG. Deposit today and win your share of 1.2 million in cash and prizes. A better way to enjoy life. A better way. A better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
All right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. And on Big Stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel, connecting Energy's latest foam, your partner for life, and Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa. This is our focus.
I will find it difficult to subscribe to an arrangement where a public official is acquiring public property. But as I said, I think the principle, the overarching fundamental principle is a principle of conflict of interest. And the nuances will be broader than we probably can exhaust through this conversation. Because first of all, you will define who a public officer is. Second of all, you now have to have a conversation about the general contours of it. I mean, what are the circumstances under which it should be permissible or not permissible. But the general principle, in general terms, that public officials should not acquire public property, that one is something that I will not quarrel with. I will not have a difficulty with at all.
We noticed that since 24 February 1966, there's been this insatiable appetite to just sell state assets, to divest, to privatize, and that will be a Herculean task. So, and having analyzed how the sale goes, those who benefit at the end of the day, we take the view that if we prevent the politicians and politically exposed persons from purchasing these state assets, we will virtually achieve the same end. Because look, if you do the analysis, you pierce the veil. Even those who set up companies, those who, you will see that they are either a relative, a close friend, an associate of those who are buying. So once we separate the culprits, those who have the appetite to own these state assets, and you take them out, you will see that drastically, in our analysis, we believe that we will solve over 80% of the problem.
I think what is raising the ire of the public, which Honorable Kujato Ablakwa appropriately points out, is private individuals acquiring these assets under dubious circumstances. So I think that that is what we need to deal with. I commend for the bill, and I suggest that, as you indicated, I think that can be expanded. A big part of the problem is not just the buyers, it is also the sellers.
Right.
The people, government, who are making these sales, their motives, their guidances, and whether these sales are being made in the public interest or not. And I believe that there ought to be very strong protections of public assets to prevent people from selling them, because I can tell you, if we do have time to discuss judgment debts, it is precisely the same thing that people come and say they have judgment debts.
Some of them are cooked.
The government doesn't even go to court. It settles this on the side. People get kickbacks. It is the same as these assets that we are talking about.
We go back to the conversation about state capture, but the focus is on the lands. Stay with us right here on the Super Morning Show. We started by sharing with you the report of the Soul Enquirer into the demolition of the Bulgarian embassy here in Accra. We'll tell you more about that. But hey, are you ready to be the next millionaire in town? The Telesale More Money promo is here. 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize is up for grabs. And it could be you. Yes, it could be you. Yes, you. Simply reload your mobile using your Telesale cash wallet and be part of the daily and weekly draws where you could win up to 30,000 Ghana cedis every week. Purchase data or airtime using the Telesale cash wallet and double your chances. Making payments onto your fixed broadband also gives you a chance to be the next millionaire. Now, the more you reload, the better your chances of winning in the Telesale More Money promo. To opt in for free, dial star 500 hash or send WIN to 500 or visit the Telesale Play app. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Characters Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Telesale, connecting energies. So just picture this, okay? You're lying in bed after a long day seeking comfort and relaxation, but instead you're met with a mattress that sags beneath you, a reminder of shortcuts and compromises. Your comfort and well-being should never have been compromised, and that's why we at Latest Foam prioritize quality above all else. Step into our showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Our high-quality mattresses and furniture are crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Picture waking up refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to take on the day. That's the Latest Foam promise. Invest in your well-being. Choose Latest Foam. Otherwise, Charlie, you do yourself. Latest Foam, your partner for life. Visit us today and sleep better tonight. Call us on 0302-231155-262 or 0322008499 or visit us online, latestfoamghana.com. Right, so when we return after these messages, we'll be joined by our friends from UPSA Law School. They're talking about the honorific lecture and award. But first, some messages from our partners.
Beautiful people, we are live in town, soaking in the excitement about the partnership between Access Bank and PABS, revolutionizing the way people move money across Africa. Let's hear directly from those reaping the benefits.
It's a relief. Anytime I send money back home, my family receives exactly what I send them, instantly.
I'm studying in Ghana, but originally from Nigeria. With this service, my parents send my school and hostel fees directly, and they do it with so much ease.
I run a fashion business. Let me tell you, sending and receiving money across Africa without those annoying forex fees has really cut down our operational costs.
Benefit from instant payments across Africa with zero foreign exchange hassle. Visit our website www.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll-free on 0800 00 4400 for all your cross-border payments.
Pass it with Access Bank.
Access Bank, more than banking.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our 2024 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
The era of playing small is officially over. It's time to scale up and evolve. It's time to connect with opportunities that unlock bigger possibilities. Whether you're a startup with a big idea or a company ready to shake things up, Telecel is your partner. This is a world where partnerships thrive, visions become reality, and goals are achieved. We turn sparks into flames, dreams into realities, because when energies connect, incredible things happen. Transform your business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business. Choose from a wide range of products and services tailor-made to drive your business. Call 0302-334040 or email business@telecel.com.ga to sign up today. Telecel Business, connecting opportunities, connecting goals, connecting businesses.
Telecel, connecting energies. Insurance Today is a public education service by Enterprise Insurance. Ensure you speak with your insurance broker or agent before making any insurance decisions.
Hello. So pleased you have tuned in as we talk about understanding the insurance claims process. I'm Barbara Taylor. Imagine that our friend Ejakoto's car has been damaged in a car accident. Eja's first step would be to notify his insurer and immediately begin gathering evidence, including photos, witness statements, police report, other official reports, and relevant documentation of the accident to provide a strong basis for his claim. Eja's insurance company may have additional questions in order to assess the claim's eligibility, so providing truthful information is always good. Eja's next step is to properly file his claim, and it is advisable that he seeks help from his insurer so that they will guide him in following the set regulations. Different insurance companies have different rules for filing claims. The next stage is the evaluation of the claim. The insurer assesses Eja's claim to determine his policy coverage and the amount to be paid out to him. Car repair specialists and relevant professionals may be consulted to validate the claim. Finally, after reviewing the claim, the insurer will arrive at a settlement. It is Eja's duty to ensure that the settlement covers his car's eligible damages. The option of negotiation for a fair settlement is often available if a settlement is initially not agreed. When settlement is agreed, the process will be finalized for payment to be made to Eja. Write to us at insurancetoday@myenterprisegroup.io or by WhatsApp at 0548 231149.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Hey, Cashman.
Yeah.
Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Oh, is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra.
Oh, how?
Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us.
Okay.
Yes.
If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after-sales service.
Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
After giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
Rise, Ghana youth, for your country.
It's another service year. Hooray! And management of the National Service Scheme is requesting user agencies, including private corporate organizations, MMDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, and all interested entities that wish to host national service personnel for the 2024-2025 service year to put in a formal request to the Secretariat. This year's postings are private sector driven. Therefore, user agencies are to state in writing the number of service personnel required and specify the desired academic qualifications. All requests must be on official letterhead, including the organization's official address, email, phone numbers, and location. Agencies with special needs are advised to contact the NSS Secretariat for discussions. All requests must reach the NSS Secretariat before the 30th of July 2024. National Service, service to the nation.
In building a fatherland.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
friends, teachers,
bankers.
You could be the luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
East, west, north, south, Obiama to be.
The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
Doctors,
nurses,
barbers,
drivers,
bouncers,
friends,
teachers,
bankers. The luckiest. You could be the luckiest.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Right, so this is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, and earlier we brought you Insurance Today, brought to us by Enterprise Insurance. But this morning, in pursuance of its commitment to excellence and stellar leadership, the UPSA Law School presents the 2024 Lifetime Achievement Award in Law and the Honorific Lecture. Now, this event presents a high-level opportunity to recognize and acknowledge the outstanding and exemplary contributions of notable Ghanaian personalities in the areas of rule of law, governance, and the legal academy. And this year's Lifetime Achievement in Law Award will be conferred on Nana Dr. SKB Asante, who is Paramount Chief of Asante Asokore and former Director, United Nations Center on Transnational Corporations, and the Chairman of the Committee on Experts who drafted the 1992 Constitution at an august ceremony befitting the aura of the occasion. And it comes off on Thursday, the 25th of July, 2024 at 5 p.m. at the Kofi Ohene Knedu Auditorium, UPSA. This morning, we're joined by Gertrude Amoko-Ama, who is a lecturer, University of Professional Studies, Accra Law School, and coordinating faculty honorific lecture and award. Gertrude, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston. Thank you so much for having me in your studios.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while, but as always, I'm always happy when I find myself here at Joy FM.
Good. Great that you made time to join us this morning. So, I mean, we've been talking about this, we've been doing the LPM, but what's the rationale behind this whole event?
Right. Yeah, so good morning again to all of you. I always start from the point that the UPSA Law School in the past years since its existence has shown tremendous leadership, not only in innovative teaching and learning, but also in thought leadership as well as public engagement. You'd agree with me that we have numerous platforms which we use in engaging members of the public. One of these platforms is the Honorific Lecture and Awards. This is the second year of its existence. Now, this particular platform of ours is very unique in the sense that we thought it wise to look out for outstanding Ghanaians who have made significant contributions towards the development of the rule of law, towards the law generally, and have shown excellence, not only in service nationally, but also internationally. So this platform, the Honorific Lecture and Award, was brought about by the UPSA Law School to honor and award distinguished Ghanaian personalities who have shown excellence in the legal fraternity.
So help us understand what informs the selection of these individuals who are honored.
Yes, so there's a very rigorous selection process done by a committee at the UPSA Law School. The criteria is one that is very extensive, but ideally or generally, they are looking out for personalities who have in very significant ways contributed towards the development of the rule of the law, either as an academic, either as a statesman, either as a judge, as a scholar, or in whatever, capacity that they have. So we are not really talking about recognition in general terms, but outstanding contribution towards the development of the rule of law and other ways as well.
Interesting. So tell us what, what led into the selection or the choice of Nana Dr. SKB Asante?
That's a very interesting question, Winston. I mean, when we look at the profile of this man, Nana Dr. SKB Asante, he's one of the most recognized statesmen in this country. When you look at his contribution towards the development of the rule of law in Ghana, the various roles that he has played as a statesman. Now, this is a man who has not only served Ghana by leading being the chairman of the committee of experts that drafted the 1992 Constitution. He's one-time Attorney General of Ghana. Deputy Attorney General. He has served as the acting dean of the University of Ghana Faculty of Law. He has worked with the United Nations. He has worked with the World Bank as a legal attorney, and so on and so forth. Now, this is another, when we look at his contribution internationally in the area of international investment and the various capacities that he has even played as an international arbitrator, his profile is one that is just outstanding, and one that, if you look around, it will be very, very difficult to find that many Ghanaians who have made such impact and contribution to the development of this country and even internationally.
Great. And in the 1980s, when he was supposed to have gone onto the Supreme Court.
That is so. That is exactly the case. But then he declined, I think, as a result of the international assignments that he was on. Yeah. So Nana has been through, risen all the way through the ranks to contribute in diverse ways to this country's development.
Great. So now that we know why you selected Nana Dr. SKB Asante, who can attend this event?
This event is actually open to the general public. Okay. Like you rightly mentioned in your LPM earlier, it's happening this Thursday, which is the 25th of July, at the Kofi Ohene Kunedu Auditorium at 5 p.m. So the auditorium is on the UPSA campus. And I'm happy to announce that the President of the Republic of Ghana, that's His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has accepted our invitation to serve as a special guest of honor for this event. And rightly so. Nana truly deserves, the presence of the President of the Republic at this event. So the President is going to be there. Of course, Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Tokonu, is also the chairperson of the event, and she would also be delivering a lecture in honor of Nana Dr. SKB Asante. Various members of the judiciary, the diplomatic corps, and what have you would all be present on that day.
So it's open to all?
It's open to all. It's open to everyone. You can just walk into the auditorium of the UPSA and take part in this event.
Great. So anything you want to say finally, and by way of acknowledging your partners?
Right. Yeah. So definitely, I'd want to say thank you so much to all those that have been with us on this journey. You recall that this is the second time that we are having this event. Last year, we honored Professor Justice Kofi Dateba, former Supreme Court judge and also renowned academic. So I'd want to start off by saying a very big thank you to our partner, that's Benti Encho, Lecture and Ankuma Bella, very renowned law firm here in Ghana that we all know about. I'd also want to say a special thank you to the multimedia group, Joy FM, Mr. Kenansa. You guys have been wonderful. I think we have, we share quite a number of values, which allows Joy FM to really be with us on this journey that we are partaking. So thank you so much, Winston, and the team here at Joy FM. I'd also want to say thank you to Ghana Commercial Bank. Ghana Commercial Bank is also one of our sponsors. Stanbic Bank, ABSA. These financial institutions have shown so much leadership by their dedication to sponsor this event. The Ghana Arbitration Center. I'm sure you're aware that Nana himself is one of the founders of the Ghana Arbitration Center, being a leader or being an expert in international arbitration as well. Would also want to say thank you to Nationwide Medical Insurance, United Pensions Trustees, the Ghana Association of Chinese Societies, to GOIL, also finally to the Business and Financial Times, Pan-African TV, and Channel 247. So thank you so much for all these sponsors and partners who have decided to be on this journey of awarding excellence and celebrating leadership with us.
All right. Thank you very much, Gertrude. So it's on Thursday.
This Thursday.
At what time?
At 5 p.m. at the Kofi Ohene Kunedu Auditorium on UPSA campus at 5 p.m.
Folks, you know why you have to be there. Thank you very much. Gertrude Amoko-Ama, who is lecturer, University of Professional Studies, Accra Law School, and coordinating faculty honorific lecture and award. This is the Super Morning Show. When we return after these messages, our conversation is about state capture, particularly when it comes to lands, and lots of information that we want to share with you this morning. Stay with us.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.
Your home in a safe, secure, and luxurious environment, Alphabet City has just what you need. Join our gated community
in the lively precincts of Sakumono for a carefully crafted home that provides you with peace of mind and a safe space for your children. Alphabet City boasts of leisure and recreational facilities to ensure your mental and physical well-being. A good road network, 24-hour surveillance systems and security, water and electricity, serving as a safe haven. Let's meet your needs. Book a tour today. Find out more on www.wadely.org or call 0240 111 119 or 0504 499 999 to make the right investment in a home. Alphabet City, the ABC of home sweet home.
After tasting 10 cedis worth of Abochi's kebab, you finally decide to buy some.
Abochi, add more pepper.
He wraps it up and you take it home. Just when you're about to dig in, you see your name in bold Times New Roman font size 14 on the paper. And that's when you realize it's the CV you submitted for a job last week. The job market is changing rapidly. AI, clouds, holograms. Who knows what's next? Over 34 million Ghanaians. What makes you stand out? Get the X Factor to get ahead with tech courses from ALX. Choose AWS Cloud Computing, Salesforce Administration, Data Analytics, Data Science, Front-End Web Development, Back-End Web Development, or AI Career Essentials. Search ALX Ghana online to apply now. ALX. Do hard things.
Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. At Heritage Christian University, you're assured of quality education. Accredited by GTech and affiliated to KNUST and UCC, we offer programs like Bachelor of Business Administration, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Psychology, Nursing, Information Technology, Information Security, and Business Information Technology. Professional programs like ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ABE. We also offer short courses on media and IT. What makes Heritage stand out is our experience and scholar practitioner faculty, entrepreneurial training with financial support, ultra-modern facilities, and hostels. Qualifications for entry is WASI or SSC or GBCE, HND or Diploma Top-Up. Mature 25 years and above. Heritage is located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Contact us on 054-777-7731 or 020-229-8399 or www.hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian University College, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Attention, facility management professionals. Get ready for the event of the year, the IFMA Global Africa Conference in Ghana, August 1st and 2nd at the UPSA Auditorium, hosted by the International Facility Management Association's Ghana chapter. This is your chance to meet the world's top FM experts, thought leaders, and innovators. Immerse yourself in groundbreaking keynotes, interactive panels, hands-on workshops, and unmatched networking sessions. Explore the future of facility management in Africa's booming built environments. Don't miss out on the epic gathering of minds and ideas. The IFMA Global Africa Conference, August 1st and 2nd at the UPSA Auditorium. Be there. Proudly sponsored by Fides Group. To register or to sponsor, please call 0558 368 544.
Happy Monday and welcome to Vital Signs by Sonotech Medical Center. I'm Dr. Grace Bachman. Today let's look at hepatitis E as we continue our discussion on hepatitis. Hepatitis E is a liver infection caused by the hepatitis E virus. It's primarily spread through consuming contaminated water or food. Hepatitis E is common in regions with poor sanitation and can cause outbreaks after natural disasters. Symptoms include jaundice, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and dark urine. To prevent hepatitis E, practice good hygiene, ensure you drink clean, boiled or bottled water, and avoid eating raw or undercooked meat, especially pork, deer, or shellfish. There's no specific vaccine widely available for hepatitis E. For more information on hepatitis E and staying safe, visit Sonotech Medical Center and reach us on 0242 439467.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
fear nothing.
Because we have lots of things to talk about. Now, good morning, Honorable Ablakwa.
Hi, good morning, Winston. How are you doing?
We're fine. This morning, yes, you promised you were going to, drop another expose, and you have this morning. And that's in relation to the 307 ambulances.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about that shortly. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about issues to do with the Paralympic committee, team that went to Norway. And then, conclude with issues about land, because you started the conversation on Newsfile, the private members bill that you are sponsoring. We'll get into all those conversations here on the Super Morning Show. But first, which app allows you to transfer money at only a tiny fee using a Visa card? Well, that's Express Pay. At Express Pay, we keep falling for you. Yes, our prices have fallen, sending 100 Ghana cedis, and then you pay 1 cedi. When you send 200 cedis, you pay 2 cedis. But for the ballers, when you send 5,000, you pay 10 cedis. Basically, any amount over 1,000, you pay 10 cedis per. There's more. In this month of July, Express Pay is filling the car tank of many lucky customers, one new customer and one old loyal customer every day. Monday to Friday till the end of July, simply spend 500 Ghana cedis or more by paying for services or sending money with your Visa card to qualify. So download the Express Pay app for simplified payments, 24/7 customer service, tiny fees, and a full car tank. Express Pay, in partnership with Visa, has made these tiny fees possible across 9 banks: Stanbic Bank, EcoBank, StanChart, ABSA, FNB, Fidelity, CalBank, First Atlantic, and GT Bank Visa card holders. But terms and conditions do apply. So, shoppers and textile lovers, the Ghana Revenue Authority introduces the textile tax stamp effective 1st July 2024. The stamp protects your job and livelihoods from illicit trading and counterfeiting and smuggling. This is not a tax, it's just a compliance measure to protect the textiles industry in Ghana. So, which products are affected? All African print textiles are included. Look out for the green border for domestic products, red border for imports, and blue for the transition period. Remember, look for the textile tax stamp when you buy. Protect our local industry and jobs. For importers and manufacturers, register and get your stamps at your nearest GRA office or online at gratextiletaxstamp.com. And for sellers who have such textile prints already in their shops, kindly contact your suppliers for your blue stamps. Please note, it's an offense to display, buy or sell products without the stamp. Enforcement begins 1st July 2024. Remember, no stamp, don't buy. But in these times of high electricity tariffs, Build Free Solar Hybrid and Air Conditioners is the air conditioner that you need to save you the cost of electricity. Build Free Solar Hybrid Air Conditioners cools your building comfortably with very low energy consumption. The amazing part is the air conditioners are built with the latest German technologies that give you 80% more savings on electricity bills for using your traditional air conditioners. Build Free Solar Hybrid Air Conditioners comes with a 6-year warranty and free after-sales services for servicing for a year. Please call 053-11-00915, 053-11-00915. Build Free's cooling for the people at lower electricity billing. But the best investment you can make is to invest in your child's education. All of us agree on that. And a good school with international standard education and facility that will nurture your child and give them the right fundamentals to be great in future. So let me introduce you to Metro Gold Schools. Yes, Metro Gold Schools located in Ablekuma Kev. Admission is ongoing for Cambridge education, and school starts from creche to grade 9. Children from age 3 months to 14 years. Rush now for the September intake. School starts from the 10th of September. And Metro Gold Schools has a modern facility and serene environment conducive for learning. It has boarding facilities, a tennis court, basketball court, swimming pool, and an AstroTurf pitch. Enroll your child now. Call or WhatsApp 0548 050 108. That's 0548 050 108. Or you can visit mgs.edu.gh for admission details. Metro Gold Schools, your child deserves quality education.
Coffee in your cup.
Now we have Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, here with us. Tell us, what's it about the ambulance?
So good morning to all the distinguished listeners of Joy and your viewers across social media channels all over the world. And let me begin by also extending a belated happy birthday to Uncle Ebo.
Sure.
Yeah, Uncle Ebo White has been a pillar and a mentor for most of us.
Yeah.
And what he has done for the creative arts industry in our country is phenomenal.
Very.
And he has to be celebrated. 70 is such a blessed year. As the Bible says, you know, when you hit 70, you know that the Lord has blessed
Indeed.
you. Very few will get to that age. So we celebrate him today, and I'll look for him. I know I've been quite prodigal, but I'll look
please
for him.
do. And you know where to find him.
Yes, sure. I'll look for him. Yes. So, Winston, will you believe that when we all thought that, hey, Kojo Youngson, good to see you. Good to see you. Don't be keeping all these beautiful designers to yourself.
Yeah, what's mine is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, so Winston, as I was saying, when we all thought that after considerable agitation and incessant demand for the Honorable Kanu Furiata to just leave the finance ministry, and we all thought that he had wreaked enough havoc and that he will go in peace and quiet. Latest intercepted documents reveal that he will have none of that. And he will give us the final blow.
Really?
He left that ministry with a vengeance. So the documents, copies of which I brought here, show that 5 days to his leaving, you know, the reshuffle was on the 14th of February this year, the Valentine's Day reshuffle. The Honorable Kanu Furiata shockingly approved a $34.9 million ambulance spare parts deal. And on that same day, instructed the Controller and Accountant General to release the equivalent of $10 million for that deal.
Hold on, $34 million.
$34.9 million just for spare parts.
Spare parts?
Yes.
For what specifically?
For the ambulances, the 307 ambulances that President Akufo-Addo commissioned.
That was commissioned somewhere in
2019.
2019.
Yes. So let me read the letter. 9 February 2024. Re-establishment of letters of credit in favor of MS Service Ghana Auto Group Limited to procure spare parts for 307 units of ambulance vehicles. Please refer to the Ministry of Health letter MOHKA 317/17/01 dated 6 December 2023 on the above subject. We write to acknowledge receipt of your request for an amount of $34,904,505 US dollars, pardon me, to $34.9 million US dollars for the procurement of spare parts for the maintenance of the 307 Mercedes-Benz ambulances purchased in 2019. This ministry is only able to fund up to the tune of $10 million out of the amount requested, and recommended that the Ministry of Health finances the difference through the NHIA, counting on your usual cooperation. So this is addressed to the Minister for Health, the Honorable Ajima Meno. Then, on that same day, 9 February 2024, Ken Ofori-Atta, in this letter, signed by him.
So, forgive me, the first letter you read was also from the Finance Ministry?
Also from the Finance Ministry. And it was addressed to the Minister for Health, approving the $34.9 million request and saying that they will finance $10 million and that the National Health Insurance Authority should finance the rest. So on that same day, they write to the Controller and Accountant General, and it's signed by the Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, the establishment of letters of credit in favor of MS Service Ghana Auto Group Limited to procure spare parts for 307 units of ambulance vehicles. Please refer to the Ministry of Health letter number, I've already read the reference, dated 6 December 2023 on the above subject. Authority is hereby conveyed to you to release the sum of $10 million to the Minister of Health to enable him pay for the procurement of spare parts for 307 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 305 CDI ambulances. The amount of $10 million being the equivalent of 120,711,000 Ghana cedis, when converted at the exchange rate of 1:12.0711, should be charged as per the attached specific warrant. The Controller Accountant General is also requested to arrange with the Bank of Ghana to establish letters of credit to the tune of $10 million, which amounts to 120.7 million Ghana cedis, when converted at the exchange rate above. By copy of this letter, the Chief Director, Minister of Health, is being informed that any unforeseen charges that may arise because of this transaction will be charged to the Ministry of Health's 2024 Goods and Services budget. Thank you. I have also tracked further, and I have all the payment vouchers on this transaction from the GiveMe system. And it confirms that very promptly, and I'll leave copies with you, that very promptly after this letter, by the 23rd of February 2024, these 120.7 million Ghana cedis had been released to Service Ghana Auto Group Limited. Now, what is interesting is that Service Auto Group Ghana Limited is a company registered over a year after the ambulances arrived. No real track record. April 2020, the ambulances had been commissioned by the president sometime in March of 2019. Yeah. Then, what is even worrying is that the Auditor General decided to carry out a special audit. That special audit is available online. Listeners can go on the Auditor General's website. It's called the Performance Audit of the National Ambulance Service. Performance Audit. The Auditor General shockingly discovered that this arrangement this MOU, which was signed, this contracting of this company, Service Ghana Auto Group Limited, which was done uncompetitively, they were just handpicked. According to the Auditor General, and I've quoted copiously from the Auditor General's report, they say, one, this company engaged in inflated invoicing. Their invoices were inflated. There was no value for money. Two, the Auditor General discovered that this company does not even have adequate staff, and that there are several instances where they got staff of the National Ambulance Service to do the servicing. Can you believe that?
What year was this special audit done?
It was released on the 25th of May 2022, so 2 years ago. The Auditor General also revealed that after going through the entire arrangement, this arrangement did not inure, to use their words verbatim, it did not inure to the benefit of the National Ambulance Service. They didn't follow the maintenance schedules, and they did not follow the servicing procedures. So in other words, Ghana didn't get value for money. This is the same company, if you recall, that was responsible for that viral video a couple of years ago, where ambulances sent to them for servicing, they use it to carry cement. This is the same company. And this is a company that, according to the Auditor General, they didn't even have their own garage. They were using state assets. So, very damning audit. How on earth will any minister who loves the country, who values value for money and due diligence, after this audit report, and all of us are giving copies of this audit report, particularly the Ministry of Finance, all ministers are giving copies. The Ministry of Health will have a copy. All MPs were giving copies of this audit report. The audit report is still available online.
Is it the performance audit report of the Director General on fleet management of the National Ambulance Service?
Exactly. And you go through, there was even a recommendation that this company pays back money to the state. That is how damning the report is. Now, after all of this, what we expected is that this contract will have been abrogated so that you look for some better company. There are so many auto servicing companies in our country with impeccable track record. Instead of this, as usual, and the same modus operandi. Let's hurriedly call our cronies, let's set up something, and no competitive process. I bet you if it was a competitive tender process, this company would be nowhere near this transaction. But you see, what even makes my tummy, ache, and I'm just sick and depressed, is that when you break it down, $34.9 million is $113,000 per ambulance. I went online, and today you can order fully equipped brand new Mercedes-Benz, even more modern than what we have, for less. And I've put up in my write-up, I've put up a number of websites that people can go to and check. You can just Google the cost of a brand new ambulance. So why are we spending $113,000 on spare parts when we can actually get a brand new fully equipped ambulance? Meanwhile, this company, according to the GIFMIS assessment I have done, we have already, between 2020, when they were brought on board, to 2023, in 3 years, we've already paid them 150 million Ghana cedis.
For maintenance?
Yes, just maintenance, servicing. 150 million. So if you add that 150 million to this $34.9 million, we are talking in excess of over 650 million, which is twice, actually more than twice, how much we paid for these ambulances. These ambulances arrived at $54 million, according to the the minister. That's what she told the press at the time. Special Development, Honorable Hawa Kumsin, that it cost us $54 million. If you look at the exchange rate at the time, what this company is benefiting so far is more than twice the value of these ambulances. So we are better off buying new ambulances. I mean, did we buy these ambulances to save lives, or it became another crate, loot and share scheme? It's unbelievable.
An argument has been made that if you were to buy all the spare parts for a particular any vehicle, the amount you would spend on buying the individual parts to make up that same vehicle would cost you more than to buy the vehicle itself, because the individual parts are sold at a premium. And that if a company is being asked to do maintenance, they are required to basically buy every part that would be needed for a particular vehicle, because you don't know which one will break down. So an argument is being submitted that is why it costs more per ambulance.
Kojo, I know you are playing the devil's advocate. Look, you are going to service based on the state of our ambulances. For some, it may be a battery change that is required. Others, you may have to probably change the engine. Maybe for some, it's a vulcanizer issue, So you can't tell us, because in my constituency, my ambulance is functioning. It's in top shape. And we all commended the president for the One District, One Ambulance initiative. Except that at the time, we didn't know that it will lead to another crate, loot and share scheme. So you cannot tell us that you are buying every part. As if we are trying to assemble, we are trying to, remake these ambulances. So please, I mean, what's happening in this country? I mean, some of the schemes you just go through, and it's like, look, this is, at least if you put in an effort, try and cover some things up small. I mean, what's this? We spent $150 million already. Then we are going to spend $34.9 million.
What do we know about this company, this Service Auto company?
Yeah, so I have secured the articles of incorporation. They were incorporated 24th April 2020. And the directors, we have Osman Inusa, Khalil Dauda, Stephen Okoro. And that's one thing that also features strongly. You see a lot of Nigerians in this whole arrangement. Mohammed Nurulak, another Nigerian. There's Charles Oponchecheku, Samuel Bannerman, Alvin Mensah. Reading up on these directors, I wonder what due diligence was done, because there's some of them who have issues in the courts. One is an ex-convict and all of that. It's not clear what kind of due diligence was done. But yes, so that's it. April 2020, this is put together. More than a year after the ambulances arrived, and others were not given the chance to competitively participate in this whole ambulance servicing, deal.
There's something about the timelines that I want to confirm. So the contract itself was signed 5 days before Valentine's Day 2024.
Yes. The instruction to release the funds.
Right. Not the contract, but the instruction to release funds.
As for the contract, it appears that since 2020, as soon as this company was formed, they were given the contract to start servicing.
To do servicing.
Yes, so for which 150 million cedis has been paid already cumulatively.
Right. So this money was for spare parts.
Spare parts, yes.
Okay. And so it would appear that the contract is signed between the company and which ministry?
Ministry of Health.
Ministry of Health.
Yes. But the Auditor General, if you read this performance audit, says that the company also has an MOU with the National Ambulance Service.
Right.
Yeah. Which is an agency under the Ministry of Health. Yes.
So why is the Finance Ministry coughing up an initial payment? Is there an explanation as to why this arrangement involves two ministries?
Very brilliant question. And you see that the finance minister because of these concerns, then says that, okay, our ministry will take care of $10 million, and the rest, the $24.9 million, use your National Health Insurance Authority. And you see, increasingly, and I've raised this in Parliament time without number, I am disgusted at the misuse of the National Health Insurance Scheme. You are having all kinds of side issues being imposed on the scheme. Meanwhile, that is not the fundamental mandate. If you list the priorities that health insurance should be taken care of now, it is not things like this. It is not things like this. I mean, already claims are not being paid. You have a real challenge with medical equipment. A lot of the doctors living in droves, the nurses living in droves, will tell you that it's not really even about the salaries, just equipment to work with. If we can have our equipment, our MRIs, our other imaging facilities, even sometimes gloves, our lab equipment, our reagents, we will love to stay and help our fellow compatriots to be well and healthy and stay alive. So you have the scheme being abused. The last time, just listing digitalization initiatives, 2.6 billion for this year alone. That's what we are going to use, and a lot of it duplication between Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service. They are just jumping over themselves. It's just a procurement gig going on. And now, per this instruction, midnight instruction, last day instruction, send off package instruction from Kano Friata, we now have to prepare for our health insurance scheme to be saddled with another $24.9 million on something that, if we had listened to the Auditor General and been minded to act on the many infractions of this company's contract should have been abrogated, and they should be nowhere near servicing our ambulances.
Well, we've got more questions for Mr. Okudzeto Ablakwa. I'm sure you have too, so use the hashtag JoySMS when you send them through to us. Looks like another day, another scandal. Well, this time around, it's about those ambulances that were bought in 2019. 307 of them bought and launched to great ceremony by the president. As it turns out, the contract for their maintenance has raised several questions, not least of which is why it is costing us so much to maintain each one. Okay. Stay with us. We're taking a break. When we come back, we've got lots more to go over with the Member of Parliament, the Honourable Member of Parliament for North Tongue. Stay with us.
Manchester City are the Premier League champions again.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Life transforming messages, anointed ministrations, uplifting praise and worship. Experience God's presence and power at Greater Works 2024. Speakers: Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo, Bishop Tudor Bismarck, Bishop Mike Okonkwo, and host Pastor Mensa Otabil. Date: Monday 29th July to Friday 2nd August. Morning sessions from Tuesday 30th July to Friday 2nd August. Time: 9 a.m. Evening sessions. Time: 5 p.m. each night. Venue: ICGC Christ Temple East. Special song ministration by Nathaniel Bassi. Also ministering ICGC choirs and worship leaders. Each evening will end with a praise jam session, which will climax on Friday with extended praise night. Buses will be available at vantage points across the city to bring you to Christ Temple East and back. Visit gwcentral.org and our social media handles for more details. See you there.
It's coming down. It's coming down. It's coming down. It's coming down.
base akrobeto. I like my mind peace. That's why I go get me bumper insurance from Holland Life. Just yesterday, my Abusha Penny asked everybody to pay 1,000 Ghana cedis for a penny funeral. But Masa Nukureni and Mosomekora. Me bumper helped me cover cost of funeral and any disability cost by paying 2 Ghana cedis per Busumi Bia. A simple crowd.
Yes, with as little as 2 Ghana cedis, you too can have peace of mind about cost of injury and funeral by simply registering with Mibambo Insurance from Holland Life. Just dial *269# on MTN or Telecel and follow the prompts. It's really that simple. Enjoy peace of mind today, knowing your tomorrow is covered. Mibambo Insurance, made for you.
Gasaba. Smoke from firewood and charcoal is harmful and as damaging to our lungs as cigarettes. It can cause heart diseases leading to stroke and may even affect our eyesight in the long run. Grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, men, caterers, and everyone still cooking with charcoal, let's switch to LPG gas. The National Petroleum Authority has introduced the cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible in all local communities. Whether you own a cylinder or not, join our CRM initiative. Simply show up at any exchange point near you with a small down payment to receive a filled cylinder or swap your empty one. Regular safety checks will be in place. Say Ebisa Musemo gas. Afedia Gasaba. Switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a better and healthier life. This message is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me.
Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat? I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
The luckiest.
*712#.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed *712# and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone.
Dial *712#. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial *712#. Now I can to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car prizes are in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with *712#. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
*712#.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Exhibition of the register.
Attention Ghana! The Electoral Commission will from Tuesday 20th August to Tuesday 27th August 2024 display the voters register across all polling stations throughout the country between the hours of 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. each day. This is your chance to verify your personal details, confirm your polling station, ensure no unqualified persons are on the register, and remove names of deceased individuals by providing death certificates, burial permits, and obituary notices as proof of death. Registered voters must appear in person with their ID cards or registration slips. You can also check your details by dialing *711*51#. Objections to names on the register can be made on the grounds that the person is a minor, foreigner, not of a sound mind, impersonating another person, or not residing in the area where he or she registered. Applicants have the opportunity to object to the inclusion of their names on the exception or multiple registration registration lists. Remember, the exhibition of the voters register will start from Tuesday 20th August to Tuesday 27th August 2024. The register will be displayed at all polling stations across the country from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Your vote is your future.
So go and check your name. Rise, Ghana youth, for your country.
It's another service year. Hooray! And management of the National Service Scheme is requesting user agencies, including private corporate organizations, MMDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, and all interested entities that wish to host national service personnel for the 2024-2025 service year to put in a formal request to the Secretariat. This year's postings are private sector driven. Therefore, user agencies are to state in writing the number of service personnel required and specify the desired academic qualifications. All requests must be on official letterhead, including the organization's official address, email, phone numbers, and location. Agencies with special needs are advised to contact the NSS Secretariat for discussions. All requests must reach the NSS Secretariat before the 30th of July 2024. National Service, service to the nation.
In building a fatherland.
Everyone is running to Bills. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with acquiring any of our loan facilities. For whoever you are and whatever you're doing, Bills has a product for you. No susu, no deposits. All you need is your Ghana card. Call 0302-200-390 or 0596-928-33 today and live a bill-free life. Bills Microcredit is licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
You're welcome back. It's 10 past 9 on the Super Morning Show. And if you were expecting a calm, quiet week, sorry. Because already another scandal. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, the Honourable Member of Parliament for North Tongue, has on his Facebook page shared details of a contract and some payments that are raising several questions. Now, this is a contract for the maintenance of the 307 ambulances that were bought under the One Constituency, One Ambulance scheme. They arrived in Ghana and were commissioned by the President sometime in March 2019. It appears that about a year after that, in April 2020, a company was contracted to do the maintenance for these ambulances. Service Auto is the name of the company. And we are learning some of the details of this contract and some of the payments that have been made. Now, if the name sounds familiar, Service Auto, it's because you are probably remembering a story that was done about a company that was maintaining these ambulances and was seen using one of them to transport cement. You remember? Yeah, that was Service Auto. But the details coming out are that a payment was authorized just a few days before Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta left office in February 2024. This payment was authorized for about 34 million.
$34.9 million.
Well, almost 35 million United States dollars to buy spare parts for these 307 ambulances. Now, if you break it down, it means that about $112,000 are to be spent on spare parts for each of these ambulances. And $10 million have already been paid, authorized and paid immediately in the month of February. And we are learning more about this company, which, according to the Auditor General, really we shouldn't be doing business with. Winston will be sharing details of what the Auditor General said in their report, their performance audit of this company, and how, after such a report, we could end up shelling out even more millions of dollars to them. But before we get to that, look, are you speccing that old car, or you want to do a home makeover, or perhaps you need a relaxing beach getaway? I know I do. Use your ABSA card 10 times or more in a month, and you could be the lucky winner in the ABSA Change Your Story promotion. Earn extra entries by using their digital channels 5 times or more. Between now and the end of October, 5 lucky winners will take away 40,000 Ghana cedis each every month to change their stories. You want to know more? Go to ABSA, any branch today. The promotion is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Your story matters. ABSA. Terms and conditions apply.
Great. Now stay ready for unexpected funeral and accidental disability cost with the Mebambo Life Insurance on MTN and Telecel by Hollard Life. And we'll also cry because with as little as 2 Ghana cedis, 10 Ghana cedis, 25 cedis, or 50 cedis per month, you can get up to 30,000 for funeral and accidental disability costs. Just dial *269# to register on MTN or Telecel with your Ghana card number, and automatic monthly deductions will be made from your mobile money wallet. Add as many as 7 biological dependents to cover your spouse, children, parents, grandparents, and in-laws. No stress at all with a quick claims process. Get more Asumdre with Hollard Life Mebambo and live your best life. It is insurance made for you. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, you know, besides yourself, the people who care the most about your eyes are Robert and Sons Optical Services. Good morning to them. And they want you to remember not to joke with your eye health this month at all. Now, with 33 plus years of experience, Robert and Sons Limited Optical Services continue to offer comprehensive eye care services to help address many eye problems or conditions that can affect your daily life. Now, here's what you get from them. All-day comprehensive eye testing with modern equipment, eye specialist services, pediatric eye services, visual field testing, retina damage detection scan, or OCT, something I often have to do because of diabetes, 100% original and unbeatable frames and optical products, including contact lenses and solutions. If you are watching us on Facebook Live, the ones I'm wearing are from Robert & Sons. Go check them out. So you can visit Robert & Sons Optical in Adabraka, Usudankwa Circle, Tema Committee 6, Waja, East Legon, Adenta, Kumasi, Ahonjo, and Kufuridia. If you want to know more, call 0302 222 601, or just follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Look for Robert N. Sons Ltd. So Robert, letter N, Sons Ltd, all one word. Okay, look for them on social media. Robert and Sons Optical Services. Seeing is believing.
Great, Kojo. So let's look at something here, and I just want to ask a question. So I look at paragraph 74 on the performance audit. It says, we also noted that from January to August 2020, the National Ambulance Service engaged workshops outside the 5 listed workshops that had standing contracts with the service. We observed, for instance, that the National Ambulance Service referred the maintenance of the ambulances to Luxury World Auto Group Limited, and in some cases, Service Ghana Auto Group Limited, both of which the National Ambulance Service did not have any agreement at the time. During that period, the National Ambulance Service did not refer maintenance works to the accredited service providers they had an agreement with. The procurement of these workshops was not in accordance with PPA regulations, while the absence of an MOU with Luxury World and Service Ghana Auto Group Limited meant that the National Ambulance Service and these service providers had no defined obligations on service delivery. In addition, records from the Registrar General's Department revealed that Service Ghana Auto Group Limited was registered on the 24th of April 2020. Therefore, from January to April 2020, when the National Ambulance Service referred maintenance works to Service Ghana Auto Group Limited, it was not a registered company with the Registrar General's Department, and details on Mercedes-Benz Sprinter ambulances maintained at Luxury World Auto Group Limited and the Service Ghana Auto Group Limited prior to the signing of the MOUs. But it continues that, furthermore, Service Ghana Auto Group Limited was registered to do business in the sale of motor vehicles, motor vehicle parts and accessories, but not maintenance of vehicles. Thus, Service Ghana Auto Group Limited did not have the required expertise or skill and labor for the maintenance of the vehicles, and this was evident when we visited and inspected the workshops. Service Ghana Auto Group Limited had 1 staff at the National Ambulance Service workshop in Accra and 2 at Kumasi workshop who specialized in air conditioning or electrical works only. And then it continues and says 8 months after doing business with Service Ghana Auto Group Limited and 5 months after the company was registered, the Ministry of Special Development Initiative signed an MOU that's on the 10th of September 2020.
Yeah, 8 months after.
So we pay for
Yes.
services
Yes.
from January to September 2020?
Yes, we're busy
without
paying.
a contract.
Without
Without
a
a
contract.
contract.
Yes, I have all the GIFMIS records here.
And in
Without
fact,
the
from-
PPA authorization.
Yes.
And in fact, from January to April, we did so even though they were not even a company.
They were not a company. They were not registered. There was no agreement with them. And when you come to paragraph 80, management response, management had no challenge. It says management of National Ambulance Service has agreed to the findings and recommendations for implementation. So they didn't challenge any of these audit findings. And yet Ken Oforiatta and Ajima Menu think that this is a company they should keep dealing with and give them another $34.9 million.
Now,
I mean, what is happening in
I'm
this
curious
country?
about something, because the National Ambulance Service admits that currently they have about 85% of their fleet functioning.
Yes.
So we have less than the 300 functioning.
Yes.
In fact, in this report, it talks about the fact that by 2021, 16 of them were not functioning.
You're right. They had accidents.
Accidents and all of that.
Yeah, totally broken
So
down.
we're paying
So
for 307 spare parts.
Mhm. When we don't actually have 307 vehicles. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what those papers will be used for. Well, maybe Kojo, they may bring you a fee.
I want to understand something, if you know. So, how did they come by? I mean, I want to understand how they came by the agreement on this $113,000 for each ambulance. How did we do that assessment?
They have to be telling us, because you see, I've tried to find out, been scrambling all over the place, if there's any supporting document, because sometimes what we intercept at controller comes with supporting documents, but with this there were no supporting documents, because when there are supporting documents, the instruction will refer to it, but the instruction didn't refer to it. So look, this whole contract with Service Auto has been dubious from day one. Cronyism, they just handpick favorites. Look, in this country, we have authorized Mercedes-Benz dealers for years, and we all know them. We have established car maintenance and servicing companies, from Toyota to Mechanical, Lloyd, you name them. So this is clearly an opaque arrangement to just create loot and share, as the Supreme Court judge said. Because you can't explain this in any way. I mean, look at management response to these damning findings. They had absolutely no response. They said that they will comply, they will implement the findings. As we speak, they have not told us if the refunds they must go for from this company, they have done that. And ideally, this company should have been blacklisted. I mean, because look, you don't even have the staff. You are using staff of the National Ambulance Service. Meanwhile, you collect the money. You are being paid.
So these staff actually, according to the Auditor General's report, the staff are on the ambulance services payroll. And they are paid by the National Ambulance Service.
Yes.
And yet the service they rendered in the repairs of the ambulances is charged the National Ambulance Service by the Service Ghana Auto Group Limited.
Yeah. Incredible. And before this $34.9 million, we have diligently, dutifully paid them 115 million Ghana cedis. We pay them promptly. If you look at see how fat this is. These are all payments to them.
Meanwhile, there are people
68
queuing up.
pages.
There are
Yeah.
people whose companies are collapsing because government
Yes.
is delaying payments.
They have done
contracts.
genuine business. They have their own workers. They are complying with our laws.
They have delivered on
They
the
have delivered.
contract.
They are not being paid. They have to lay off workers. What's happening in this country?
When you think about this, I mean, of course, once we certainly need to hear from government on all of these issues. But if you think about it, the analogy is that you've hired someone to clean your house, but you're cleaning it yourself.
Yes.
And paying the
And
person.
paying the person.
Every month. And in fact, overpaying the person.
I don't know if they have some witchcraft powers. They bewitched the officials in charge of the ambulances. I mean, because you just can't explain. That is why later today I'll be going to the Office of Special Prosecutor, because they have to take this up. I mean, they must commence investigations into this. This is horrible. This is horrible. At least from our tracking of the payments, only $10 million has been paid so far. If the OSP acts, we can save some $24.9 million.
So you're petitioning the
yes,
OSP?
Yes, I'm petitioning the OSP later today. Because this cannot continue.
Has anybody offered an explanation from the relevant ministries?
Well, we are still waiting. We are still waiting for them. Maybe you should call the health minister. I don't know if one of
I
them
know
will
that
board.
our news team has been trying to reach the former finance minister, Kenneth Riata. We will get word once they are able to get through to them, to him. Also, they are trying to reach Kweku Agyeman-Menu. Yes, and if we are able to reach them, we'll certainly let you know.
I mean, this should not have been Ken's parting gift to us. He shouldn't have done it. Look, he has wreaked enough havoc. We are still taking his haircuts. Isn't it enough?
Well, I mean, he didn't want to leave. He said he was our father and wanted to stay and do a job.
I don't know what kind of fatherhood this is.
Well, while we have you, we might as well talk about all the other things that are making the headlines, in this area of governance. And, this one is huge reputational damage to the Republic of Ghana. These so-called Paralympic athletes, who 11 of them, I believe, secured visas, flew to Norway ostensibly to participate in a marathon, and then in a puff of smoke evaporated. One of them arrested on a train trying to get into Sweden. Another one taken ill and actually passed away in a hospital in Norway. The rest of them wanted across Europe, with all the consulates in this country communicating with each other, looking out for these 9 Ghanaians who pretended to be Paralympic athletes to get visas and leave the country. Now, I'm happy you're here because of all the work you've done with the Foreign Affairs Ministry. I want to understand, I want you to help us understand the implications of such an embarrassing story on the fortunes of other Ghanaians seeking to travel, legitimately, even other Ghanaian athletes and sports people.
No, I mean, this has very far-reaching consequences. We have suffered considerable reputational damage. It's going to take a lot of effort to undo this damage. Remember that not too long ago we had the Australian visa scandal. Quite similar. We haven't fully recovered from that. And all the monitoring we did at the level of the Foreign Affairs Committee, it was clear that the Australians then tightened their visa requirements. We now have a situation where even diplomatic passport holders are no longer extended certain courtesies across various embassies. Because apart from Australia, there has been the case of Reverend Victor Kusi-Boateng, who was issued a diplomatic passport in another name, Kwabena Edu-Gyamfi. And so there are members of parliament now who are reaching out to me that, look, we have put in an application with our diplomatic passport. It's taking us years. Previously, you were extended courtesies, you are allowed to jump the queue so that, whatever you are going to do, you can, get done with it quickly and return to your parliamentary duties. all of those privileges are gone. Then this comes to add to the mix. So you can imagine if even diplomatic passport holders, members of parliament, are now facing these bottlenecks. You can imagine what ordinary passport holders will face. The scrutiny is going to get even worse. When you arrive, you manage somehow to be considered, and you arrive. Your treatment at the airports, the surveillance, and already in Europe, the latest reports we have is that the cocaine menace is back, and there have been a number of cocaine arrests, and the European authorities have been in total bewilderment how our security at KIA could not arrest these smugglers, and it had to take them, the latest one being the Belgian authorities. You know, a lady nicknamed Bianca. So already Ghana is on a certain alert. So this, with the Interpol message activated and all diplomatic missions asked to be on the lookout for these people. And you see, our diplomatic envoys, our foreign service staff, and our foreign ministry have questions to answer. Because I know that for these official assignments, there is always communication to them contained in a note verbal. And they must be at the airport to receive, because they are coming to fly high our flag. They are not on some personal, frolic. So embassy officials must be there to receive them and to guide them through the various protocols. Was that done or not? If it wasn't done, why was it not done? Because that will also have helped to at least serve as another layer of security, monitoring them, making sure that they indeed stay within the parameters of the games. Because we are told that they didn't even register for the games. So they had no intention of going to participate in the games. Now we are also being told by Samson Dean, the president of the Paralympic Association, that apparently these are not the real Paralympic athletes. How did they get his letterhead? How did they get documentation from his office? So
he claims they were forged.
So there ought to be an immediate inquiry. And you see, what has not been helping the damage repair for our image is how we handle these matters. These countries know that there are times that there will be slippages. People will try to beat the system. But what makes the difference is how you handle it and how you ensure that everybody in the chain who contributed to this is asked the right questions, and then you put in place reforms. That is the only way you assure the international community that you are taking steps. There is no official complicity. But as we speak, there is no probe. I thought that by now an inquiry will have been instituted. Everybody in the chain, from the sports ministry to the foreign ministry to our embassy, and we now have a full-fledged embassy in Oslo. You recall there were delays after that whole scandal with the purchase of the Chancery building. But it's been, the mission has been fully established. So what happened? Did the officials, our foreign service staff, not meet them? I don't believe that they disappeared before they arrived at the airport. We need to know what happened. How did they escape so easily? And at the risk of, sounding discriminatory, we are talking about Paralympics, so they are not as agile, as fast, and yet they could easily outwit, foreign service staff, So imagine if it was the other athletes, So clearly there ought to be a probe, and let the probe be transparent. Let's issue a report. Let's carry out institutional reforms so that it will send a very convincing message to our international partners that there is no official complicity and that steps have been taken to prevent this from recurring.
Can Parliament call for this probe?
Yes, we can. We can. Okay. And it's a matter I intend to raise at the Foreign Affairs Committee and also on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for that. We're going to take a quick break. Back after these.
Yeah.
Paralympics.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Welcome and now for a daily star 712 hash and found no regrets. A side comma investors are a striking gold. A comma health workers are a diagnosing luck with precision. A side comma that tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. Say a comma passionate farmer on also entering containing a joy. After to the seamstresser or turning a hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now a comma if you say your next big win is right here.
Dial star 712 hash and join the luckiest winning celebration. From the 1st of July 2024, dial star 712 hash to keep buying tickets as a group, individual, or even as a community. Win loads of cash and prizes in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Join the winning streak now.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
With the recent increase in electricity tariffs and fuel prices, power, although unreliable, has become expensive, and owning a noisy generator becomes a headache rather than luxury. For an affordable and durable electricity solution, you need to go solar with Translight. Feel the independence, experience the comfort, and be productive. Translight Solar. Wherever there is sunlight, there is Translight. Think solar. Think Translight. Locate us at 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, in between ARS and the American House at the White House bus stop. Visit our website at translightsolar.com. Call us on 0504-249-229 or 0206-542-454 or reach us through email info@translightsolar.com.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Hello?
Kwame, Charlie Woy, give no best start you. Obiawa, Salah de Namnaba, Halland is Ukratian drinks no. Sakadie, or Chili one corner, the show Simenu, Vibin and Kwa, na Vinny Junior dear, Cecia no bow. Mata, Yen Tamnabra.
All your best football friends are waiting for you to join them for a thrilling football season on GoTV. Get GoTV Max now to enjoy La Liga, Serie A, Europa League, and more for only 140 Ghana cedis per month. Reconnect today, dial star 759 hash, and get all the action. GoTV, love it.
Then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions.
And send tweets.
Where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
I've seen
that you have missed some vaccinations.
I know, Mamines, but sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the vaccinations, and work and other commitments also affect us.
But it is important to keep to the schedule to ensure the best protection for your child. If you miss an appointment, don't worry. You can always schedule another appointment. But please, do well to bring in for vaccination at the set times or not too long after the date, okay?
We have the responsibility to ensure that our children grow and develop properly.
You can set a reminder on your phone to help you remember the dates, or use a calendar on the fridge to mark the dates of your child's vaccination.
These are really good ideas. From now on, we will make sure to keep to the schedule.
Staying on track with your child's vaccination schedule is a vital part of ensuring their health and well-being. Talk to your healthcare provider to make sure your child is up to date and protected from vaccine-preventable diseases.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, you're welcome back. It's 9:39 on the Super Morning Show. And, before we say goodbye to our guest, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, we're going to get him to give us a bit of a bite on what we've been talking to him about for about a week now, which is, one of the worst examples of state capture, the sale of state property to state actors, if you will, to government officials. And his proposal to solve that problem is a new law. We'll talk about that. Now, are you looking for some good discounts on sanitary ware and tiles? Then you need to go to Kimo Home for their crazy summer sale. Now, with discounts of up to 50% on over 200 products, their promotion will end on the 31st of July 2024. Go visit their showroom on Spintex Road near Manet Junction or call them on 0244 334947.
And arise, Laboni, arise, Losa, arise, let's celebrate 70 years of academic excellence and empowerment. Join us as we launch our 75th anniversary celebration and the unveiling of the logo to kick off the anniversary. We're calling on Losa members across the globe. Come, let's connect, interact, and reminisce from the past, network, and build connections for the future as we put our alma mater beyond the sky. It's on Thursday, the 1st of August, 2024, 4 p.m. at the National Theatre. Theme, 75 years of academic excellence, celebrating past and empowering our future through technology. La Bosco Wogbe Lagbe. No comment from you, so let's move on.
I don't even know what it means. I can't comment.
I know, so don't comment.
All right, now don't forget to go to kingdomstoreonline.com, where you can get the very best quality office essentials, equipment, furniture, and stationery, all from Kingdom Books and Stationery. The prices are affordable. You can pay via Momo across all networks, and they'll deliver in very good time to your home or office. Now, if you're in Accra or Tema, have the added benefit of free delivery. Terms and conditions do apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
So are you a small to medium-sized business looking to manage communication cost effectively? MTN SME Plus offers flexible prepaid packages, classic, super, or premium, that include talk time, SMS, data, and voice services. Enjoy free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Dial star 5060 hash to subscribe today. For more details, connect via WhatsApp, call 0244 308 111. Let's get business done better.
Okay, right, let's get back to it. Now, Mr. Okudzeto Ablakwa is our guest. He's the Honourable Member of Parliament for North Tongue, and of course, he has been quite adamant and loud on revelations about the sale of state lands. If you watched News File on Saturday, that was the first thing that they went into, and you heard the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources on the same platform answering some questions before Mr. Okudzeto Ablakwa brought even more information out. Now, it would appear that at this point we're looking at the solution of what you've proposed, which is a law, a law to prohibit the purchase of state lands by anybody associated with politics, really.
Yeah.
First of all, before we go into that, any new updates on the issues that have been discussed, the specific properties that you raised the alarm on?
Yeah, there are very latest developments. The Parks and Gardens land, which has been under very crude and unacceptable circumstances, taken away from the ministry responsible for local government. The latest is that only a few days ago, the private developer who encroached and established a fuel filling station has gone to court. He says he has an injunction against the efforts by the local government minister to demolish the property, because you recall that on the 4th of July 2024, I asked an urgent question of the minister what was being done about the encroachment in Wa since the sale of that land in 2020. And the Honorable J. Mensah Konsa, if I have your permission to read from column 22 of the Hansard of Parliament, which is the official report, which carries what transpires in Parliament. So this is Mr. Kosa responding. I did indicate earlier that the land in contention is covered by a certificate of allocation dated 27 November 1975 to the state. On the basis of this, we reject the claim by the Regional Lands Commission. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, we are not aware as a ministry of any decision by the state to relinquish its interest in the land. If that were to be the case, it should have been before this House. On the basis of that, we still believe that the land still holds as a property of government, the Department of Parks and Gardens for that matter, and we intend to reclaim it for the state. Then the first Deputy Speaker, who was presiding, steps in. But the question from the Honorable MP was that, what are you doing about the developer who is currently developing? Then the minister comes back. Mr. Speaker, we have begun a process to engage with the Lands Commission in the Upper West region to investigate further how they came about this title, and subsequently applied the laws to remove the structures. And subsequently applied the laws, I think there was a typo there, applied the laws to remove the structures that have been put in place, unquote. So I want to submit this morning that the Lands Commission of our country is not helping us. This state capture which is going on, the Lands Commission appears complicit. When you read the Lands Minister's statement, he sought to create the impression that, yes, they sold the land, but it has gone through an exercise of rezoning. And so the developer is justified to proceed. And I'm sure that it is because of that statement, he now goes to court and secures an injunction. The Lands Commission should tell us, the Lands Ministry should tell us whose side they belong. Are they on the side of the people, the Ghanaian people, on the side of a few encroachers in the name of so-called private developers? Are you aware that in the Ghana Prison Service Boster Institute land case, you remember that was another expose that a senior advisor to the vice president is laying claim, Professor Apiedu, to that land. The hierarchy of the Ghana Prison Service, I salute them. They have fought this man to the hilt, regardless of his connections. They have filed an appeal at the appeals court. Will you believe that the Lands Commission has issued a statement supporting Professor Apiedu? That I have it here, and they have filed it in court, that the prison service should just back off and stop wasting everybody's time. Can you believe that? I have here the letter, Director General, Ghana Prison Service. Read petition, lease granted in respect of plot number 6, situated at Roman Ridge Residential Area. In 2005, the Lands Commission, on behalf of the President of the Republic of Ghana, granted a lease over plot number 6, Roman Ridge Residential Area in Accra to Professor Kweku Apiedu. The lessee has brought to the attention of the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and the Commission that he has not been able to take possession of the land. His land is being cultivated by persons who claim to have authorization from the prison service. Since the state has already committed the land the commission requests that the lessee be given access to the plot to honor the development covenants in the lease. We look forward to your prompt action on this request. And it's signed Suleimana Mahama, Executive Secretary. They are doing this all over the place. The Cantonment's land, Cantonment's Parks and Gardens, whereas the local government minister is taking active steps, and I've publicly commended him. That's one of the few patriotic, forward-looking ministers in this government. After his assurances in Parliament following my urgent question, he went to the site, caused to be removed the containers, and asked everybody to stay off from the land. Now, the Lands Ministry issues a statement and says that, look, the process to sell that thing started under NDC. And so what? I don't care when it started. I don't care if people in my own party are complicit. This is about Ghana. It's about Ghana. Our only horticultural zone. Why should we lose it? Meanwhile, this same government, according to this letter from the Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority, when they try to convert the Parks and Gardens Cantonment's land to a 5-story building for the Ministry for Local Government Decentralization Rural Development, LUPSA issued a strongly worded statement to government to back off. That is our only horticultural center. And this dated July 19, 2021, signed by Kwejo Yeboah. So, same government, same appointees of the president, but they are acting differently. And in the process, we are losing all these lands. That is why the Public Assets Protection Bill is so crucial. Because the analysis we have done, more than 80% of all of this land grab will stop if politicians, politically exposed persons know that they can no longer have it for themselves. Look, we are giving these assets to manage. What we should be telling the Ghanaian people is how much we have added, the value we have brought to them, how well we've protected these assets, not how cleverly we hived off some for ourselves and for our personal interests. It's so wrong. And you see, let's not underestimate the anger of the Ghanaian people. You saw the backlash with this siren thing. It is an accumulation of many people thinking that the political class is not really serving the needs of the people. We are being too selfish. We are being too narrow-minded and always thinking about ourselves. This ought to change. And I want to salute colleagues on the other side. Over the weekend, I was working the phones, and I've got 5 good MPP MPs who have agreed to come on board because I want this to be a bipartisan effort. And I want to salute our colleagues on the others. Because you see, at the end of the day, some people say that, oh, is he not doing this because we're in an election year? Is it? No. You see, if this law is passed, it bars everybody. I've even met some NDC supporters who say, but you, some of these your crusades, when it is coming to our 10, all the research, the polls are saying that we are coming, then you are putting spokes in our works, making things difficult for us. I said, no. Look, the patience of the Ghanaian people is running out. We've seen what has happened in Kenya, Burkina Faso, Mali, Guinea. Nobody is going to allow this to continue for another year. And that's why I salute our flag bearer who has said that he will not allow any appointee of his to buy a state asset. So I have every confidence that if President Akufo-Addo does not assent to this, President Mahama will sign. He will assent to this bill. Look, Lands Commission. I was reading the latest intercepted report on the Bulgarian embassy.
Yes, that matter.
Yes. And you see, the complicity of the Lands Commission. I now understand why the Lands Minister failed to publish the full report, even after I have sent an RTI request to him. Because his own people were guilty, neck deep. Look, will you believe that and I didn't read this on Saturday on Newsfile, the acting Solicitor Secretary of the Lands Commission, who appeared before the Justice Ofriata Sole Inquirers Commission. Listen to what the acting solicitor said.
This is the acting solicitor for the Lands Commission.
Okay. I'm reading from page 17 of the report. I noticed that there were a lot of legal issues conflicting as far as our records go. In fact, one of the reasons we have that situation on our hands is the fact that the Land Registration Division and Lands Commission then were operating in their own silos. So there was no coordination between the SY Land Title Registry and the old Lands Commission. And even up to date, we are having situations where government land is registered as private land. Can you believe that? Government land.
Government land.
Yes, it's registered as private land. This is coming from the Solicitor Secretary of the Lands Commission. You see why I say that in this new private members bill, we should have assets registry. Because when you ask, how much land do we have left in the name of the state, they can't tell you. Those you have sold, who did you sell to? They can't tell you. They are concealing the information. Bungalows, how many bungalows do we have? They can't tell you. We've been asking in Parliament for years. And yet, when it's time to sell, under the guise of Accra redevelopment policy, the latest victims are Roman Rich. They have been asked to move out, that private developers are taking over. So this has to end. And you see, deliberately, people are creating so-called data challenges and lack of coordination problems and all of that. And when you read this report in full, and you I mean, just look at what the sole inquirer said. It was found out that Mr. Layton had acted fraudulently by getting the Lands Registration Division of the Lands Commission to cancel the Bulgarians' interests by attaching the judgment dated 24 September 2002 against Mr. Ansan to the particulars of the Bulgaria embassy for cancellation. And he couldn't have engaged in this fraud without insiders at the Lands Commission. And this is what then culminated in the demolition of the Bulgarian embassy. And you see, we joke with these matters. Under the Vienna Convention, this is an attack.
Yeah.
On Bulgaria.
On Bulgaria. It can, look, we are just lucky that they said, oh, for long time friendship, they were very close to Nkrumah, so they will forgive us and all of that. Now, we have to pay compensation 5.3 million cedis. The luck we have is that unlike the Nigerian embassy demolition, we must salute Justice Kwesi Oforiatta. He recommended here, quote, the following recommendations are hereby made. Mr. Jojo Hagan should be sanctioned for not following due process in the eviction of the alleged trespassers and the demolition of the building, and should be made to compensate the Bulgaria embassy.
Yes. So why do we have to pay? The recommendation is that he has to pay.
He has to. But guess what? For more than 2 years, the Republic of Ghana says they can't find Jojo Hagan. Jojo Hagan, who did the demolition and sold the land to President Akufo-Addo's appointee at NDPC. And you see, there's always the political connection. Dr. Yao Ampoma, who is a star witness in the Opuni case for government. He also says he told the commission that as soon as he paid Jojo Hagan, he couldn't find him. Jojo Hagan went missing. The whole government can't find Jojo Hagan. Last year, I filed a question in Parliament asking the Attorney General what the update is and all of that. He says they still can't find Jojo Hagan. Now, the Bulgarians have told the Foreign Affairs Committee that, look, their patience is running thin. If you can't find Jojo Hagan, then be prepared to pay us. I mean, what's going on?
Final thing, because we only have a few minutes left. What's the status of this Jato contract? Is the government of Ghana still in a contract with him to protect government land?
That is another bizarre matter. Look, what a republic. We have national security apparatus. We have the Ministry of Defense, the Ghana Armed Forces, the Ministry of the Interior. We have police, we have prisons, we have fire service.
Immigration,
national security operatives. We now have to engage a private sector person to protect government lands. And under the arrangement for the protection, he also gets a share of the lands.
Which government institution is he contracted by?
The Lands Ministry. So the whole Ministry for Lands and Natural Resources can't protect our lands. The Lands Commission can't protect our lands, can't secure our state lands. So they need a private person. And we say that this is a functioning republic, that the state of Ghana is healthy.
But the private person, Nara, how will he protect?
Yeah.
I'm confused though. So today if somebody contracts me to protect something and I'm doing it and I have a problem, is it not the police I'll call?
Yeah.
To come and protect me.
Yeah.
But I'm protecting the police's land for them.
The police's land, the military's lands.
This has to be where we
end the commander-in-chief's lands.
This has
only
to be,
in the Republic of Ghana.
This has to be where we end the conversation for today. We are mindful of people's hypertension. But I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, who of course is the Honourable Member of Parliament for North Tongue, and he is the source of a lot of the information we've been receiving recently about some very interesting things going on with those who are running our government. But it's not the end of the conversation. We'll certainly be continuing as the days go by. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate your time. And we're back tomorrow with more. Until then, keep listening to Joy. My name is Kojo Youngson. I'm the morning man.